Diego, bro.
What
I don't
up?
even remember. I'm trying to remember how the fuck me and you got acquainted. Or how the fuck we even figured out about each other. Did you find my shit first or did I find you first?
I don't even remember, to be honest with you, bro. But I know the first time we actually met in person was when you did that skit with Emilio.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
and
Yep.
I was I showed up, and it was in the skit. It was like playing like the big time rich director. I was like, dude, this is not me. But like, all right, I can play the role, whatever the
Yeah.
fuck.
I remember 100% because, and when Emilio, so I was kind of newer to still feeling newer to the game at the time. You know, there is like a community in the hip hop, in Detroit hip hop. Like you kind of know who everybody is and shit like
Yeah.
that. When Emilio told me you were there, I was like, bro, what the fuck? Why the fuck is Diego here? Because to me, is like a legend in my eyes, obviously, just like Hustleberry and shit like that. The dudes who I looked up to as far as camera work and all types of shit like that. You pulled up and I was like, oh shit, you're actually about to do this with us. So I think that was the first time we met. And then obviously you were working with big ass names at that time, like the biggest names in the city, pretty much. So how did it come from the point where you were working with the big ass names? Like where did it all start from? Where did it all stem from?
I mean, dude, you know what? I don't know, man. Like it just kind of happens, dude. Like with anything, like you just consistency. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like working with. I did a lot of work with Vez. I still do, but like a lot of stuff stemmed from him. You know what I mean? Just people like watching his stuff and just kind of going from there. But like I don't know, bro. I do something for one person and somebody else sees it, and it's just kind of like a chain reaction like that. It kind of works with kind of like an industry. Like you make a hot beat for this artist, and then next thing you know, oh, who the fuck did that? You know, and then they want to get that person.
What do you feel like was your first opportunity as far as like a bigger artist reaching out to you?
Reaching out to me. Or just me just working with a bigger artist?
Oh, just in general. Like, what was there like? Did you feel like there was a breaking point as far as getting recognized in the
It
city?
was probably the video with I did with Vezo when we did moonwalking. We did that, and then we did that same year. We did a video with him and Gucci Man.
Oh shit! I didn't even know you worked with Gucci Man. That's crazy.
Yeah. So like, it was just right before he got locked up. Not Gucci Man, but Vez. But yeah, that was kind of like the tipping point from there. And then from there, it was just kind of like a snowball effect.
How did you even get to meet Vezzo? Like, how did that even come to play?
My little brother, bro. Like, he was reaching out to a lot of art. Yeah. Look, man. The funny thing is, I was starting to do this shit. I was like, everybody starts at any point. Nobody knows, just, oh, he's just dope or whatever. I was just starting this shit, and then my brother was like, oh, I'm gonna reach out to all these artists. And there's a lot of artists, bro, from the city who I've worked with now, but we're like not feeling my shit. We're like not fucking with it. Like, and it was like, man, to me, it was like, man, fuck them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, thanks.
But like, I mean, I'm cool with them. Like, some of them I'm actually cool with now, but I'll never bring up that story. But like, he reached out to, I don't know if he reached out to Vez or his manager, but she replied, and she was like, yeah, he could definitely do a video for us and blah 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 blah. Because I was just trying to get out there, bro. Like anybody else, like you want to reach out and like, yo, I'll do, let's work, well, whatever. So we did the video, and I shot the video, and like I won't do this shit not ever again. But like I turned the video around that night, like literally got home and was like, oh, da da da. I gave it to him. He was like, what the hell? Like nobody's ever turned around the video this fast.
Yeah.
So like he was like, no, I gotta keep him around, and then we just kind of built that relationship, dude, and just kind of kept it going from there. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, my little brother was just reaching out to people because I'm not big on reaching out to people, bro. I don't do that shit. Like,
Okay.
like a lot of people are like, oh, you should. Like, I'm like. I have a thing like if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? I don't want to look like I'm just like thirsty to just work with anybody in the city. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the guy. To me, I feel like it's gotta be some level of respect for yourself, not to like feel like, like I don't know. Like I feel like it's begging. To me, that's how I look at it. Like it depends how you word it, but like I don't know how to approach that kind
It's
of
like
shit.
I agree and I disagree to some
Right.
degree because it's like if I really I don't think I've ever really I think when I was Nick, can you yeah. So when I was first starting off, like I'd never reached out to anybody at all. But there was a point where I was like, okay, I got to start marketing the fuck out of myself. So I did start reaching out a little bit. None of the people that I reached out to worked with me though.
Right.
None of the names that I was like trying to hit up, like, hey, you trying to work? You trying to do this? You trying to do that? None of them fucking ended up working for me. So working with me. So I feel it. But if it's a business perspective shit, if you're really all about your money, then I say reach out. But if you are like, you're gonna blow up, you're gonna be one of the biggest directors in the scene, you already know you're talented, you don't gotta reach out, people are gonna see your work anyway. I agree with that approach.
In the beginning, it was more or less like I felt like I didn't really want to do anything for free anyways. Even though I wasn't like known, I just didn't want I wanted to have a level of like I guess not respect. I guess the word is respect, for lack of a better word. I just want people to, oh, he'll just do it for free or some shit, and that's where I was at with it, and I'm still kind of there with it too, because people are like, why don't you reach out? You could probably shoot for whoever. I'm like, probably could, but like again, when you reach out to somebody, sometimes they expect you to do it for free. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's like, bro, I know this artist or that person has what it takes to compensate me. So I'm just gonna wait. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And and I've had some opportunities for sure that didn't happen but fell in my lap. And for one reason or another, it didn't happen because either it just wasn't the time, or it just, they just went in a different direction. But man, I've had the opportunity to work with like a couple different people for sure. So like, yeah, it was kind of dope.
That was just like ultimate confidence basically for you in your ability, that you kind of knew like, I'm going to be straight no matter what, regardless. So I don't even gotta reach out. Plus it's not even part of your personality.
Well, yeah, that's really what it's not part of my personality, dude. Yeah. Like I'm just really like, just kind of chill, and I'm big on like just get better at with my skills. You know what I mean? Like the better I'm gonna get, eventually, like people are gonna see that shit. That's why it's like a lot of these other directors or any creative in general, like they end up getting found by somebody, and then boom, next thing you know, they're every fucking where. Exactly. So it's like, just work on your craft. That's how I see it. I mean, like it's cool to reach out. That's how you are. You want to network. That's just not me personally, but I mean, maybe I'll get there eventually. But right now,
I mean, you're already. I feel like you're already established to the point where, like, again, just like you said, you're going to be shooting for everybody, and then eventually, boom, like it's just going to be a snowball effect where somebody bigger. It doesn't even matter if they're bigger or not. Somebody that's very talented is going to reach out to you. Anybody will reach out to you because they saw your work by a bigger platform or whatever the fuck. I started shooting video. I started with my camera when I was like 12. I stole my mom's VHS camera. Big ass video camera, bro. Those big ass ones you put on your shoulder and shit. My mom would trip every time I use it. So that's kind of like a little bit of the beginning for me, where I kind of started. Were you always into video production from a young age, or did it come?
Hell yeah, man, dude. Look, right now I probably have like a 400 or 500 movie collects, like the amount of movies. Dude, like I didn't think I was gonna do music videos. I just thought I was gonna do movies. I was like, oh,
we're the same shit.
I made like a shitty ass horror film with my friends, and at the time I was like, man, this is the shit. Like this is the best thing ever, and I was like, man, I'm about to practice how to get better at this with music videos. I looked at that shit as practice,
right on.
But then it kind of like just turned into someone else, and I'm like, damn, like I do love music and I love filming, so it's like it was kind of a happy medium. Eventually, I probably will do a short film and do more, and then eventually do a feature film. But right now, I'm just kind of like I said, it's just about practice and being consistent, dude. A lot of guys jump the gun, and then sometimes they jump it too early, and it's like, dude, like you could have waited a little bit more to fine tune the blade a little bit, I guess. But it's just like, I look at it like, that's just me. I can't speak for like this person and be like, oh yeah, you should wait till you're better. Like if they want to do it now and then eventually they'll get better, that's them. Me, I'm just taking my own route. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always been that kind of person.
100%. Like you kind of know, you're kind of going day by day with it. You're not rushing the process at all. And that's funny that you said that, because I'm the exact same fucking way. Like when I never thought I would be shooting music videos. It was just something that got thrown on my lap. And then I just kept doing it since like 2010 or some shit like that. I was just like, fuck it. I'm not, and I don't even consider myself like a music video director at all. I like to consider, like, I like to create productions. You know what I'm saying? I just like to create whatever productions are available, because they're like, if you really like, I consider you, like you and like Hustleberry, Kiefer, and all them motherfuckers, like the guys who are really killing it as far as Detroit's concerned, as far as making sure these music videos come out super slapping, and like you're actually paying attention to all the little details and making it come out perfectly. For me, it's like I'm doing my best to do it, but at the same time, I'm not specializing myself in the field. Right. You know what I'm saying? But when I was younger, bro, movies, skits, me and my cousins make all day, all night. Like I thought. I even made like a YouTube channel, and I had a video that when YouTube first started, I actually blew up off of. It was like this fucking rap song I made, but it was a comedy. Like I wasn't making.
That should not surprise me though.
Yeah, you feel me? But I wasn't even trying to be a rapper. I was like, this is funny. And then I started a character, and I would go to grocery stores, and I'd go to fucking places and just act like almost like Borat. Before I didn't even know who Borat was, but I was just like a different character. I used to act like my uncle, and I used to like talk shit like, "Hey, what do you fuck you think you're talking to?" Like, and I would go around just talking shit to people, like, and with a crazy voice and a crazy cockiness to me. And I was actually going like viral in my neighborhood, and people were having me on radio stations. And then I threw all that shit in the trash.
Oh, you know we gotta pull that up, right?
I gotta see that shit.
One day when I'm very comfortable, one day I'll be like, yeah, this is how I kind of like you know, this is me a long ass time ago. You feel me? So
That's how I feel about the horror film. I'm like, it's on my YouTube, like on the YouTube, but like way down there. Like I'm like, maybe one day I'll show everybody like the shitty ass piece of shit. But until then, I'm like, I don't want nobody like to look at me like, oh, this guy's crazy. But no, you have to show that though. You got to show like the progression, man. Like,
how was it with like? What was your first moment with? Do you remember your first moment with a camera or getting recognition for shooting in your own personal life outside of that shit? Where like
in my own personal life?
Yeah, where like what was the moment for me? I remember just knowing I wanted a video camera and knowing I wanted to shoot stuff and like just play it on the camera, you know, play it back on the VCR and shit.
I mean,
like
it was making that short film. It was. I mean, for all intents and purposes, like it was the best thing that happened to me. But it was, even though like looking at it now, even then like. My skill level was like, it was literally the first thing I've ever did, dude. Like literally, like I bought a camera and did that.
What was the horror? Where'd the horror idea come from?
I love horror films, bro. Like I love zombie. It was a zombie movie. I love. Look, I watch a lot of directors and shit. So I was like, man, if that director started doing horror films, I should start doing horror films. So I was like, that's how I looked at it. I was like, because like Peter Jackson, all these guys that like do like are big time directors now, a lot of their first films were like horror films, and it's like. These little zombie movies or whatever the fuck, like some of them were campy as shitty as fuck, funny, but I'm like, dog, like now they're doing like these big budget movies. I'm like, that's how I looked at it. Like, oh, I could go that same route, but I guess everybody has their own like, you know, path or whatever. But that was big for me because a buddy of mine who's like, oh, I'm gonna advertise it. I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, and when he played it at the Main Art Theater in Royal Oak, and like my whole neighborhood showed up pretty much. I was like, shit. Oh, what the fuck? I was like, bro, I was so nervous. I wasn't even in the theater when everybody was watching. I was like outside in the hallway, like, damn, like I can't even like go in there and shit. But everybody came out and was like, oh man, that was dope. And I'm like, man, I know that's cap because it's trash. I'm like, all right, thanks, you know. But it felt surreal, dude. I'm like, damn, like it felt like my neighborhood was behind me, and they still are to this day. Like,
oh, facts.
You know, I'll just be because I live in that neighborhood still. So like, yeah. You know, I'll go to the grocery store or whatever, and I might see somebody, and I'm like, oh man, da da da. Like I'm like that. You know, it's kind of dope just staying where you came from because a lot of people tend to move out, and I probably will eventually, but I just love it there. You know what I'm saying? But that always reminds me of that. You know what I'm saying? Of how like where I've come from and where I can be and like, who's really watching. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like
I remember like when I was starting to shoot. Like skits and whatever. I shot like a skit. Well, like I said, I had that big ass camcorder. But me and my brother were just fucking around, just shooting bullshit, whatever the fuck there was, just random stupid shit. But then when I started my uncle told me one day, he's like, you know, you got to start making sense out of the shit you do. Is that everything good? Oh, my shirt's fucked up.
Oh, you just sit up a little bit.
Oh, I look like a bitch or something?
No, Diego's taller than you. So like,
Hey,
I'll be in frame for you, and for me, I'll be in frame for him, then I go to you and just like this.
Yo, I'll never hear that again. That Diego's taller than you because I'm an average height motherfucker.
Nick, just double check. Is the audio still good?
Audio sound good. Get back on the mic real quick.
Yo, check. This is still gonna be in the podcast. We're still starting off, so we're making sure all the technical shit is down. Channel 1 and 2 is on, right? All that shit. All right, good. So basically. Yeah, man, when I was first starting the shit, like I said, me and my brothers would just be fucking around shooting random shit. And then my uncle, I don't know why, I would play it in front of my whole family at gatherings. Like the stupidest shit, like my brother would like put pants on his head. And then my uncle would be like, yeah, it's funny, but he's like, put something together that makes sense.
Right.
That's when it clicked in my brain, like, oh yeah, you gotta make sense of this shit. So I was like, okay. I shot a skit with my brother that had some type of story. It was still fucking retarded, obviously. Showed it to my family, and my uncle was like, yep, you got something. I was like, all right, this is what I'm not good at anything in my life. I'm not good at anything in my whole life. Never been good at shit. But I picked up a video camera, and people told me keep doing it. So I was like, okay, this is what I'm doing for the rest of my life. But I loved it. You know, I loved it. But at the same time, it was, you know, like how you got the reciprocation from your neighborhood, everybody being there. It kind of puts a light in you. Like, yo, maybe this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
You know, it's the funny thing. No, nobody knows this. This is the first time you're hearing this shit. Before all that, I used to like download Dragon Ball Z like clips like when I was younger and make music videos out of them.
Oh shit!
And I was literally like put like, cause this is like when Linkin Park was like, you know, big and shit. So the early 2000s, it's kind of telling my age, but like I would like make them and I'm like, dude, this is kind of dope. Like, but I didn't, dude, I was doing that shit at Windows Movie Maker. Like,
Yeah, facts, bro. Yeah.
like, I know that. I was seeing other ones on YouTube and shit. I'm like, whoa, how the fuck you get them to look so sweet? I'm like, mine were like so plain, and these other guys had like they were fading in and all this other shit. I'm like, man, how do I do that? Like this doesn't have that.
Were you downloading the clips and shit? Or
Yes,
did you
I
actually
was literally going on the internet downloading. I would take them from the actual other movie, and that shit was.
How are you stealing them? How are you getting them, though?
Dude, I forgot how I was doing
LimeWire,
it.
like BearShare or something?
I forgot what program I was using, dude. To be honest with you, it might have been.
Because like, where were you getting them from? Like, where was the website that had them?
I don't remember because I don't
shit.
think that was just before YouTube was like a thing.
That's what I'm saying. That sounds like so
it
long
was
ago.
like on certain sites, bro. I'm like, how the fuck, like, where am I even? I can't remember like where the hell I was finding this shit. I'm like, where the hell am I finding these Dragon Ball Z music videos? But I would literally like internet search that shit. You know what I'm saying? It would come up and I'll download it. I don't know what program I had. I'm pretty sure I bought some shit that my mom probably had to pay for at the time. But
Windows Movie Maker was the craziest shit to me. The worst shit that ever happened to me is I remember how I probably stole some money. I don't remember what I did, but I got enough money for a camera one day. It was like this fucking Canon small ass camera. And everybody's like, you know, cameras are digital now. So you don't have to use VCRs. You don't have to fucking buy an AV adapter to connect it to your computer. I was like, oh shit, this is crazy. So I went and bought a digital camera, but there was no DV output. There was no way to connect it to the computer. So I already spent my money and I couldn't return the camera, all types of shit. So for another fucking like 3 years, I had to like save up again to be able to connect to my computer to actually edit and shit. But Windows Movie Maker was the program I was using like every second of my life when I was younger. Like even like, bro, it was the worst program ever. Like the worst fucking program ever. But like I didn't know, like I think Premiere, all the Final Cut and all that, I'm pretty sure it was expensive.
bro,
as
that
shit.
shit was stupid expensive. Yeah. Like compared to now, like. Bro,
Our Final Cut's like $300.
Any new directors or videographers, whatever, coming up, they got it so easy, bro. Like that shit was expensive, bro. Like any like high definition camera was like stupid. Like it was like 10 bands and shit. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Nah, that should be like you can get some 4K shit for like $600. You know what I mean? Like, which I mean, to some people might be a lot, but like really, it's not a lot for the money you're gonna probably make off of it.
Bro, not only that. Even if you bought a crazy good camera, let's just say you spent $500 on a camera in 2006, your computer probably couldn't handle the footage. So you're sitting there editing some shit that's chopping and you don't even know where the fuck you're about to cut at. Man, fuck it. Diego's right, man. Everybody, y'all bitches. Anybody who's a director right now that's coming up in the game, if your ass is not on the floor with this shit,
bro,
you need to get, man. Everything's cameras are cheaper.
Way cheaper.
Your fucking gimbals are. We didn't have no steady cams back in the day, bro. Everything was tripod handheld. What the fuck you talking about?
I bought the first Ronin, like the first generation Ronin. That bitch was $3,500. Like I had to like get that shit on credit, bro, and like pay that shit off. Like I was like, damn, 35. And then like 6 months later, they dropped the Ronin M, which is still $1,500. But you can get a fucking stabilizer now for like $300-400.
Or you can make one now.
Yeah, it's
like.
like. Man, y'all got that shit easy.
Everybody has it easy. That's why these directors these days are killing me. Everybody's complaining and all this shit, bro. We used to have no computer basically, and we used to have no fucking camera, and we didn't have no camera or computer. We were still making more shit than some of y'all.
They're grabbing their phones and making dope. Man, I can't stand that shit. I'd be mad when I see a person like, damn, that's a dope ass iPhone video, but I'm like, damn, I just spent all this money on this camera. You just made this shit on your iPhone.
2007, I was trying to edit videos on this fucking shitty ass laptop, and that thing would freeze every 5 fucking seconds.
That shit could not.
Now I got a beast ass computer, and it just
but like again, that shit was. Now it's a lot. It's inexpensive compared to what it was, man. 10, fucking 14 years ago. I mean, not saying I was doing that shit 14 years ago, but
when did you feel like you could start charging for your shit when you started shooting music videos?
Probably after like the 10th video, because I was doing a lot of shit for free for a while. Like when I first, like right after the short film, I did a lot of like local art. Like I was just finding people that I knew in my neighborhood that I knew was like, oh, he raps or you know, whatever. I was just shooting their shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck it. You know, like nobody's, bro. And I think that's why I was being overlooked, because the guys I was shooting for, nobody ever heard of them. They were just like dudes from my neighborhood or whatever. And then I did a music video. I started like, my boy was a boxer, so I'm like, oh, let me shoot you doing like some training shit. And that shit came out dope. And then this rapper was like, oh, that shit was dope. Can we incorporate that in my music video? I was like, I don't care. And so we shot some shit separate with him. And I made it work somehow. It didn't even make sense. When I watch the video now, it doesn't make sense. But like, at the time I was like, yo, this is the dopest shit I've ever done. You know what I mean? Like,
Do you remember the name of the first artist you ever shot for?
bro, yeah, I do actually. And it's not. He's not even an artist, bro. It's my little. It's like my little brother. It's my little brother's friend, bro. Like, I was at home. You know, I was working construction. I had a normal ass job.
Oh shit.
And then my little brother was like, hey, can you shoot a video for my boy Noe? And I was like, yeah, I don't care. I ain't doing shit. Like, so I got up and left and went to my dad's crib. And then he made a song at the crib, bro. It was like this kid. He's like, at the time he was like 15. You know what I mean? I was like, all right, let's just shoot their video. We were shooting some random shit. And he like, it's funny because at the end of the video, he throws like this tequila bottle. Dog, they were not. I don't know why they had tequila bottles. I don't know where the fuck they got them from, bro. I'm not gonna, you know. And then I don't know what the hell, how this happened, because he was kind of far. He threw the bottle hit the wall, and a piece of glass ricocheted off and came back and hit him. Bro, I swear the distance was a good 20 feet.
You got that bitch on your camera?
It's probably somewhere on YouTube, bro. He probably has it on you, but yeah, I recorded it and he was bleeding, bro. He had his whole chin was split.
God damn.
It was like, and we left it in the music video, and then. Bro, that video got like 3,000 views. At the time, it was like, oh, what the hell? Like 3,000 people saw this shit. I have no idea if it was because of that. I think it's just because, you know, like,
because that's a lot of fucking views.
I think at the time it was just because like YouTube was still new, and like, you know, he was in high school, so like everybody in his school was probably watching it. And then we did like two more music videos. He thought he could take his rap career serious at the time, and I was with it. I was like, yeah, let's shoot it, man. Whatever, let's do it.
Some people never give up, but that guy gave up.
Yeah, he gave up.
It's a lesson.
Who knows what he could have? I mean, hey, they were generating, but the thing was, they were generating 3,000 or 4,000 views per video, bad, bro. Man. I mean, for a kid that, you know, yeah. I mean, at the time, who knows? Like, you know, if he would have, I don't think he would have got anywhere if he kept going. He wasn't even that good, to be honest with you. But I was just there practicing because I was like, oh, well, I mean, I need to, you know, do something with this fucking camera. I just spent like $1,000-something just for the camera itself. Like,
did you think it was gonna be like a career? Did you think it was gonna be a career shooting music videos? Or
hell no, bro. Like, I wanted to do it. I just wanted to do movies, but I didn't think I was gonna make a career out of directing music videos. Nah, not. I thought eventually I'd just be this like big time film director. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're on the same.
I'm like, in 2 years I'll be the shit. You know what I'm saying? But
I was like, I'm gonna be working with Edward Norton and shit. I'm gonna be working with Brad. I swear to God, I used to be like, when I come out with this movie idea, this movie's gonna have Brad Pitt in it, and then I'll be like, when I make that movie in about 5 years, Edward Norton's gonna be in it. Fucking Dave Chappelle will make a guest appearance. I was like putting all the actors together, bro, like all these famous Chris Tucker.
It's because at the time, like a lot of guys were making films off like next to nothing. And getting all this recognition at Sundance. I swear to God, I thought I was about to be at Sundance with this shit. I was like, oh, I'm about to go to Sundance. I'm about to be there. I'm like, no, it just didn't work out that way. But it's like, bro, like I did the same thing. I pictured all that shit in my head, like, oh, I'm gonna have this person in my shit. I'm gonna have this person in my shit. Like,
same shit.
I still do that shit now.
I think about it. I'm like, damn. I don't think man. It's like, you know, it does feel like there's a certain point. It's not like I'm saying we probably will become feature film directors one day. Because I know some, man. Listen. I know some directors who are, you know, like the real big directors in Michigan, their Instagrams aren't popping or nothing like that, but they're fucking working like crazy. Like they're always behind the biggest productions in Michigan.
That's what I tell people all the time, bro. Yeah. Like, literally, like there's just two directors. They're from, I think they're from LA. They got like 7,000 followers, bro. One of them does. The other one has like 4,000. So that ain't, collectively they have 11,000 followers, right? They're literally directing videos for Bad Bunny, The Weeknd, bro. Like literally, like these big freaking artists, and it's like, oh, but that just goes to show you, it's not about how many followers you got. I mean, that helps sometimes or whatever, but it's just about the skill and the craft, bro. Like,
oh yeah, if you're into production, if that's your gig, like if you really want to be a part of production, that shit doesn't matter at all. If your work is crazy good, everybody will know who you are. Like Dylan's, I don't know if you know who Dylan Sides is.
Yeah, I do. I know
yeah, Dylan's like every shoot I ever seen that was like really like big. Dylan Sides was there. Lance Kawaz was there. People you guys don't, you know, their social media, they don't even have like 1,000 followers. They don't give a fuck about that shit. Everybody
but they're working on these big movies. Like,
they're working on everything.
Like all these movies that you guys probably seen, like that come out of Detroit, they're probably behind it, or and other stuff too. Like
big music videos. You didn't like. They'll just be there because their talent level is pretty insane. Like being a director for me is about decision making constantly. You're just constantly making decisions. You're constantly telling the story. You're constantly making sure everything's happening. You know, making sure the camera's going, everything's happening, right? So you're in control of all that shit. These motherfuckers, it's like a boxer. So it's like they have all the little things, bro, that makes you really, really good at what the fuck you do. You know what I'm saying? So the social media don't really matter. But either way, regardless, do you feel like, when do you feel like a level of success hit for you where it was like, damn, this is it. I'm doing this. I'm solid. I'm comfortable doing this.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, bro. Like, I don't, even though I have a certain level of success with what I'm doing now, I don't feel like I'm there yet. You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like, I feel like there's still more to get and more to learn and more. Every time I shoot a video, I'm like, damn, I really get better. Every time I shoot, I learn this or I learn that. But when it hit me, it's the stupidest reason, somebody wanted to take a picture with me, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, okay, like, yeah. They're like, man, I really mess with your work, and bro. And I'm like, all right, man, we could take a picture. That's cool. And I was like downtown, and I was leaving a video shoot. Like, I'm just like walking to my car. This guy's like, oh man, can I take a picture with you? I was like, yeah, dude, I don't care. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, go ahead. And I took a picture. And then this guy was like, this random dude was like, oh, who's that? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, well, you just took a picture with him. I was like, yeah, but he asked me to take a picture. He's like, well, who are you? I was like, I just shoot videos, dude. And I just walked away. Like, and he's like, it's this old guy that he didn't know what the fuck was going on, but he just knew like two guys were taking a picture and had no idea why the fuck. But at that point, I'm like, damn.
But
like,
the stamp, like I said, in Detroit, if you're talking about the underground, there is a community. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
There's a community. Everybody knows everybody type shit, and a lot of, it's like a benchmark kind of shit. Where like, I don't want to say any like lower tier directors' names or anything. It's like nobody's gonna mention that they shot with like a lower tier director. But if they say, people always used to be like, oh, I got a video shoot with Diego. I got a video shoot with Diego. Other names too, like Hustleberry. I got a video shoot. So they would use that name as like a stamp. Like, yo, this bitch is about to come out fire. Like, this is I hit up Diego for this shit. So it's it's real shit. So in that sense alone, the consistency and everything that came along with it, was there a moment where you're like, okay, I got this in the bag? Like, I know the business is gonna keep coming. I know it's gonna keep coming to me no matter what.
Yeah, no, bro. Because again, like, a lot of this shit could be taken away. I think guys don't understand that, because there's directors before me that a lot of these artists that I shoot with now we're shooting with.
Right.
And now nobody shoots with them. Not gonna say the name either, but like,
obviously, yeah.
Like, he was the go-to guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I guess this generation, like me, Hustleberry, Jerry, we all came,
yep.
And then like we started around the same time. I think Jerry may have started before me, but like, I would say in like the 2014 era, like ish, like it was when we're all kind of like looming, and then it just started coming up, and like boom, it was just like that guy was like nowhere to be found, and then so like in that regard, like it's a scary thing, because I was like, not scary, but like I'm like, damn, like what if this shit's like it could be taken away from you? But I look at it like the better you get, and the more you learn, and the more I sharpen my blade, that it's never gonna go. You know what I mean? Like, people are always gonna fuck with you. You know what I'm saying?
And I think I know I think I know the situations you're talking about. That's if we're talking about the same thing, that's completely off of the reason that stopped happening is completely off of anything to do with anything. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
that shit. You're not that type. That's never gonna happen. Most of these motherfuckers, like you said, if you're staying consistent, you're sharpening the knife, you're making sure that you're taking this shit seriously, and you keep building your network, it's always gonna keep coming to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
nobody's ever gonna be like, oh, there's this new director out there, I'm gonna start shooting with him. It's like, no.
A lot of guys get comfortable, bro. Like, it's just, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's not my thing. I cannot get comfortable.
Yeah, you're a real director, man.
So Diego, I got a question for you. What can a director do to make sure they always stay relevant, they don't fall off?
I mean, what you can do, honestly, is just learn, adapt, because we're like, everything's constantly changing. Like I guess the way that things are being created. Like, one era, it's like Bennett was doing this, and he created this like era of like, or this like thing where the style, I guess, in a sense. So it's like you kind of have to adapt, because then people start seeing that and it becomes really popular, and it's like, damn, I might have to do that. But then staying true to what you already doing. So if you start like me, I'm not like that. Like, I fuck with his work, but that's not my style. You know what I'm saying? But I still have to look at it like, all right, I might have to incorporate something like that in so my thing is just always adapt, because
basically developing your style in line with the current trends.
Yeah, you kind of have to sometimes, but also keeping, it's like you have to have your style, and then you have to have like your adaptive work too. Like, I'm still gonna do what I want to do, because I like to do narrative shit, and like I think a lot of people come to me because they like to do narratives and the concepts and shit. But then the flashiness and like the stylistic shit, it's like you kind of have to know what's where to like implicate that or put, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, what I meant. That's the word I was looking for. Implement. Where to put that? Because again, like you'll have a client that might want that, and you might like, damn, I really fuck with this guy's song or whatever. So it's like, all right, I'm gonna learn how to do this shit, and then, but that's not saying you have to just be the next Cole Bennett. You know, it's just being adaptive, dude. Like honestly, like that's the best thing you do, and I think that's why a lot of guys tend to fall off because they're like, oh, I don't want to learn. I'm the best, and they think, and they hit that plateau. And they think they don't have to learn anymore. It's like, bro, what the fuck? That's why you're not.
Everybody's got to realize too that, you know, even if you're the big dogs, if you consider yourself one of the big dogs, the reason Cole Bennett shit's coming out so crazy is because he's getting paid probably triple to quadruple time anybody in Detroit's getting paid to make a music video right now. So he has so much room to shoot and do whatever the fucking creative decisions. He hires a whole board of creatives, whole board of people to just help him out, help him engage. Most of the time in the city, it's like there's 4 main people on the set. Like the 4 main guys that like, okay, you guys are going to control this part of the whole shoot and all whatever like that. But Cole Bennett's getting the crazy money he gets, bro. He gets to fucking do whatever. But the only reason he got to that point is because he kept staying relevant, and kept making shit different where he separated himself from everybody else, which obviously anybody in Detroit, all the directors have the potential to do that 100 billion%. Everybody has the potential. But that's why I like what you said about that comfort shit, because if you're not trying to figure out ways to go beyond the budget or finding ways to go creatively behind the budget, then you're going to stay limited here. Unless, like, you know, Big Sean or somebody hits you up and he wants to only shoot with somebody in Detroit.
But even then, like, say, even if, say, Sean was, oh, yeah, Diego, I want to do a video with you. Like, at that point, now you're getting the bigger eyes on you. But then it's like, from there, it's just like, you got to keep going. You can't be like, well,
exactly.
I'm done here. You know what I mean? Like, I did it. Like, it's over with. See you guys later. Like, no, because at that point now, that caliber of artist is going to see what he did. And then, like, who the fuck did that? And now you got to be like, oh, shit. Now I'm at a different level. Now it's like the caliber of artist changes as you progress. If you don't progress, then it's like you're gonna stay at that level. And it's like if you get comfortable, that's cool. Like, ain't nothing wrong with that. But if you want to be one of the greats, you have to, like I said, adapt and become something that, you know. Again, once you get to a bigger plateau, you can have a team behind you. You can do all that stuff. Exactly. Because you can't do everything by yourself. Eventually, like you're gonna have to have a crew. You're gonna have to learn how to work a crew, you know, tell them what to do, tell them how you want the shit, and that comes with shooting mad videos. That comes with doing a lot of shit by yourself. Sometimes, like you just gotta know what the fuck to tell somebody. You know what I mean? It's like, I need the lighting like this or whatever the fuck.
I watched Everett direct a video for T.I.'s son and like Damani or whatever. And Everett, Jerry's running, you know, Jerry was directing, but I saw Everett run like the show. Like that to me was like directorial shit when I was watching him. I was just watching him go, like telling everybody what the fuck to do, where to be, like, everything. And I was just like, God damn. I actually got inspired that day when I was there, because for me, I was always shooting by myself pretty much. So like for me, I didn't have to tell, who am I going to tell anybody? I can only talk to myself.
Right.
Until I started working with Nick, obviously, and stuff. But, yeah, that was the day that really inspired me. I was like, oh, this is what being a director, like I've been on sets before, I've seen directors work, but to have to answer a billion stupid ass questions and like 3 good questions was his job. And I was like, oh shit, like that's what this is all about. I got to start being able to say, lighting guy, boom guy, there's a problem here. I got to fix this problem. There's a problem there. Oh, the food's late. Like I had to figure out all this stuff. I know PAs usually take care of a lot of that shit, but you don't always got PAs. You don't always got people behind you and shit.
Hell no. And then again, like when a viewer is watching a music video, say like it's a house party, like you literally got to tell that girl in the corner that nobody gives a fuck about, hey, keep fucking dancing. You know what I'm saying? Or like, hey, dude, move your hat this way. So like when people are, it's like an immersive thing. When you're watching it, like, oh, this is cool. And like they'll keep watching it and then they'll notice shit like that. You know what I mean? Like that's the shit that as a guy directing it comes into play. Like you have to literally create this vision and then tell this guy to do this and this person to do that. And then, oh, I don't fucking like the lighting. It's like a lot of shit.
Were you shy at first when you started shooting music videos?
Man, hell yeah. I'm still, sometimes when I work with somebody new, I'm still kind of like that. Okay. A little bit, because it's like, if I don't get to meet you first prior to shooting the video, like we don't have like a meetup and like for whatever reason, like it's kind of like, how the fuck do I talk to this person? Because I can be sometimes aggressive, like, hey, yo, rap harder, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you don't have no fucking energy, bro. Like, you need, you know, what the fuck? Like, it's like, how the fuck do I tell somebody that I barely know? And they're gonna be like, bro, what do you mean I don't got no energy, bro? Like, this is just who I am. It's like, bro, like, you're boring. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, spice this shit up. This song's hard, but like,
I swear, man.
you know, how the fuck were you in the booth turning this shit up, and now you're like on some like you're high or some shit, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, bro. Like, I mean, not every not every rapper is on drugs, but like it just like motherfuckers be just boring sometimes, bro. It's like, bro, that's part of the process too, though. Like, you gotta let a motherfucker know, like, come on, you know what I'm saying?
Oh
like,
yeah, like I like when I was first starting shooting videos officially as the Kid L page started, which was like 2016 or 17. I was shy in the beginning, but I was also confused because like when I shot with Scoop. Like my first video that ever dropped under that Kid L name was with Scoop. So when I was pulling up the shoots, it was like I was almost like precious to people, like, oh, that's his director,
Right.
and all that shit. So I had some type of confidence, but I didn't have clarity. I had no clarity as far as when I was shooting. I was just like holding the camera, like, oh yeah, you feel me, and just like moving the camera around and like, yeah, I was like, but then as people started giving me more confidence, like, I started kicking open the door when I came to the shoot. I was like, bitch, all right, man, get the fuck over there. You get the fuck over there. What the fuck? I don't want to see your face until the shoot's done.
Right.
Like, I was just moving everybody around. Like, I didn't
I've
give a
had
fuck
to
anymore.
tell like entourage guys to back up, like, bro, it's just like.
You see that one video of that dude?
In New York, I was like,
Yeah.
bro, there's a video in New York.
man.
This guy's like filming. It was Fabio and who was it? Little TJ, and they're in like a small ass fucking hallway, and then all his boys are behind him, like trying to see the shit, and he's like, back the fuck up. And I'm like, bro, I felt at that moment, I'm like, I'm this man, because I'm like, I feel that shit. I'm like, bro, back the fuck off, bro. Like, why do y'all want to be like, y'all be some groupies sometimes, like with your boys, like, bro, you're gonna see this shit. Like, I'm wait the 2-3 minutes, and then I'm gonna show y'all so you can see it. Like, what the fuck? Like, chill the fuck out, bro. Like, if y'all
that video was ridiculous.
it's like it be like it's breathing down your neck. I hate that shit. I'm like, bro, like, if y'all don't give me some motherfucking room right now, like, and I tell people too, bro. I'm like, look, I'm gonna be moving around with this Ronin. If I step on you, we like, I ain't gonna say sorry, and if at that point we're gonna throw hands. And I had said that a couple times, and they just back off, bro. Like, they just, I mean, at that point either they care or they don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
like,
it's like anybody who's in a music video, it's like a basketball court. Okay, you stay out of the bounds line.
Right.
Even a little bit further than that too, bitch. Like, you feel me? We're on the paint. We're inside. We're taking care of it. You need to be outside. There's the borders, bro. It's really easy to see. And even for me, like, when I used to get into that shit, I used to just push my back and just like move which is scary.
sometimes you kind of, because you don't know how the motherfucker's gonna react,
you don't
bro.
know if but the respect is so much. I got lucky because I guess the respect was so much there, even though I didn't deserve it at all or earned it at all at that time. Because
I wouldn't. Okay, look.
Well, you know,
I wouldn't say you don't deserve it because you're creating content for this artist. Like, it has to be a level of respect with his people, because it's like, bro, like, this is his shit. Like this is, if you fuck with your boy, like, let me work so this shit can be dope. Because it's like,
I know what you're saying. What I'm saying more so is like, because the first video I dropped was that, and like, I wasn't like a director that was like, started from like, I did shoot garbage ass music videos, I'm not gonna lie, since 2010, but nobody knew that. When I dropped the first video I dropped under the Kid L page, there was too much respect that wasn't earned, and that's why when I would go to shoots, like, it was weird to me, because it's like, you have to feel there's a progression of earning respect.
Yeah, no, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? But I was still able to do whatever the fuck I wanted to do, and nobody, except like I said, bro, people were like when you were around people that don't give a fuck about anything, there was still ashing their cigars in my fucking camera bag, or
crazy,
or talking
bro.
to me crazy.
Yeah, motherfuckers do talk crazy, bro.
Yeah,
like,
talking crazy and all that shit. But then eventually, when the real respect started building up, after I was, always shooting in crazy areas and always trying to get, putting videos out every fucking week, every day, not even posting half the shit I was making, my name was just circulating. That's when people were really starting to show a lot of genuine respect. You know what I mean?
On the same note, when it's different, especially I experienced New York and experienced Detroit, and it's a lot. The level of respect for directors is a little different there, because I think it's just known for, like, that city is known for production, just like LA and shit. I was on set for this artist, and she came on, and then, like, I'm trying to tell her something, and then it's so fucking loud in there. All her people that she brought helping her were like loud as fuck, and she's like, hold on. She tells me to hold on. She's like, hold on, Diego. Hey, and she tells everybody, shut the fuck up. Blah, blah, blah. Like I can't hear Diego. He's the director. I need to hear what he's saying. Blah blah blah. Like I can't have you guys talk over him. And blah blah blah. Like, and from that point, like nobody said shit. Like no, they were just like doing what they had to do, and then like weren't in a way. I'm like, yo, this is when I first moved over there, and I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna stay here because I was like, dang, because I know, like, and you know, in Detroit sometimes it's like they just want you to shoot some shit and then like get the fuck on, you know, like, and it's like. At that made me feel like I'm like, okay, she respects what the fuck I'm doing, and enough to tell the people that are even though they're close to her to tell them to shut the fuck up, and that's dope because I'm like, that makes you feel like, all right, cool, like this person really fucks with you, even if that was the first time I've ever worked with her. Oh no, but she just knew like, hey,
artists need to realize that's their responsibility. Is your people are your responsibility.
Yeah,
like. To keep them under control, because I'm not gonna go around telling people to shut the fuck up when it's common sense, first of all, and I don't know how anybody's gonna react. I'm not there to do that. If it's a closed set, that's a different story. I'm in control. I'm yelling at whoever I want to yell at. But 90% of the time when you're shooting music videos, it's not a closed set. It's not. It's like you go to somebody's crib, or you go to the club, or you go to some fucking like random ass area. Unless you have that respect from everybody and everybody there knows who you are. You're a fucking the artist is responsible. I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? So that was well the bigger. I hate to say like I'm not like again I never want to come off as not to make myself feel like I'm big or anything, or I don't even consider that. I always tell people I'm a guest and I feel like I'm on the micro scale still, but I feel like I am getting more recognition as the days go on. But the more recognition I started getting, people would, like, when they see me on set, they would just shut the fuck up right away. Right. And I'm sure you're at that point now, too. When you show up, it's like, everybody shut the fuck up. Diego's
For the most part, yeah. Like, I had a recent video where, you know, he brought like 30 motherfuckers. I'm like, dude, it's fucking COVID. Ain't nobody got a mask on this bitch. Like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the hell what the fuck are you doing? Like, but again, it was like they were getting out the way. Once I said something like, yo, I'm going to be moving back. I'm not exaggerating. It was like 30 motherfuckers in that bitch. It was a big ass warehouse though. But like,
hey man, how long ago was this shit, man?
This was literally like November, bro.
I'm about to say.
Yeah.
Like, where's your mask at, my boy?
I know. Me and my crew, we had masks on. At first, we did it because it was just us. But he got there. I'm thinking because there was 5 guys on the song. I'm thinking like, oh, it's just gonna be like them 5, and I think they each brought 10 people because there was 30 to 50 motherfuckers in that bitch, but they were in the way. And I'm like, bro, that's when I said, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna be moving around. I'm gonna need y'all to give me some space. You know what I'm saying? Again, I don't know how the fuck anybody was gonna react if I bumped into somebody and they're gonna like, yo, get the fuck off me. I'm like, man, this is
the respect for the directors, the respect there. And like I said, it's definitely the artist's responsibility. But these days, like I said, the more recognition you have, the less you gotta really fucking deal with.
Yeah,
and it's just the way you carry yourself too.
Hell, is that why you have me shooting?
Because you're like 6'5".
See, Nick, you're selling yourself short because I told you how many times how creative the fuck you are. Like Nick is the first person I gave up control. Like, I remember one of my friends telling me a long time ago, he's like, bro, you have a control issue. He's like, you have to do the lights. You have to hold the camera. You have to do, he's like, you're doing everything. You need to give up control. I was like, I can't, bro. I was like, no, I was like, even editing, like I could not give up anything. I was like, I need to be in control of everything. Now with Nick, because I trust him so much, obviously, and because he's skilled, I'm like, I can't believe I was limiting myself like that for all these fucking years.
Dude, it's different when you do have other people. Like I have my boy Carlos and Luis help me with the, and again they're each skilled in what they do. So it's like, oh shit, you know what I mean. But before that, I was when I did the Fab video, same thing. I had to like let go of that because I didn't touch a camera for that, like at all. Like I didn't touch a light, dude. Like I was like, oh shit, like this is. I mean, like it was because there's a different scale, and I'm like, oh, there's a guy, and I had to tell motherfuckers like, oh, I need this, da, da, da. So like, it was scary, but like it was one of those things that again, you just had to let go because prior to that, most of the time even though I had somebody doing the lighting, I was still like shooting the shit. I'm still shooting. I'm still like doing other shit. Like, so it was like it was one of those things that I'm like, fuck. Again, like you said, you have to give up the control. You have to give up, but still be in control of the entire situation. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just, it's hard.
Did you have a type of family that was like supported from the get go of you hopping into the entertainment scene, or was it like a little bit of like did you consider school? Did you consider anything else?
I thought about going to school, but like my dad wanted me to be an architect. Okay. I was like, all right. So I took classes and shit, but I kept skipping them bitches to go to movies.
What'd you skip to see?
Whatever was playing, bro. Like, damn, what did I see? It was like, I think, again, this is like back in 2006. What was out? Dude, I don't even remember what I saw.
2006? Oh, man, I remember there being a stretch of bullshit-ass movies from, like, 2003 to 2010, so I don't know.
And it was the fall season, so I don't know what I was watching. I can't remember what I went to go see, but...
You used to skip class?
Bro, I would literally not go to class, and I'm like, what's playing right now? Like, bad.
What school did you... Oh, I don't want to bring up schools, but, like, did you get FAR? Did you get an associate's? Did you get a bachelor's?
No, I'm mad. I just dropped out of college, bro. I'm like the Kanye of film. I'm talking shit. No, I was like, man, I don't want to do this shit. I didn't want to do it, bro. I was like, I don't want to do it. I want to be an architect. Like, this ain't what I'm here for, bro. Like, that's not what I want to do. So I just said, fuck this, and then didn't finish it. But like, I mean, my parents were with whatever about the shit. They cared about me making money. They're like, whatever you do and you're making money, go ahead, do whatever you do. But I wasn't even living with them anyways at the time, so it's just like they didn't give a fuck. Like, I mean, they want me in the streets and shit, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know, they were cool, but now they're like super like, well, my parents are very traditional, so they still don't like understand that shit, but they see it now like, damn, like, oh, when I first started, they were like whatever about it, but now they're like, oh, that's so cool. Where are you going now? And
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You fly out a lot. You travel a lot.
So my little brothers are the ones that are like, they thought it was a shit, you know. They were like, yeah, this is the shit, you know what I mean? Like, they're like, you should work with this person, like they were the most supportive. So to me, it was like, oh, I got my younger brothers looking at me like I'm the shit, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, that's another thing too, is motivating. I'm like, man, I gotta keep going, because they look at it like, and they told me not even like now, they're like, dude, like, you pushed me to the point where I wanted to do other shit that I knew I could do whatever I wanted, because you were doing whatever you want. You know, you were doing something you really loved. I didn't have to stick to this routine and do this. So I'm like, yo, that's inspiring as fuck. But yeah, no, definitely the family thing. I'm glad they were there, bro, for sure. Even though they weren't like, I mean, they were. Look, man, I would put them in whatever I could. Like, literally, like at the when I did that short film, my girlfriend was doing the makeup, you know what I'm saying? You know, my little brother was a zombie, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like a bunch, like, my niece was a zombie. Like, it was like all this random shit, bro. Like, my friends were all doing the behind the scenes shit. Like, it was like, I did have a support system, though, and I'm super grateful for them, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't think I would have made that without them, you know what I mean? Like, without that. And then but having that, I felt like, damn, I have an obligation to people that fuck with me not to give up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a cliche thing, like, there's so many people that believe in me. But that shit was true. Like, for me, at least it was at the time. It still is. Like, there's a lot of people that fuck with me. And my friends still tell me, like, still push me to the point where, like, bro, you got what it takes. Because I know sometimes it be days where I'm like, man, I don't want to do this shit, bro. Like, I just can't. You know, I'm like, man, I don't want, like, it just be days like that. I don't want to do shit. But they're just like, bro, like, you're there. You're like right there. Stop being a little bitch. That's what they would say. Like, and like, and I'm like, all right, bet. And then just keep it going. But like, man, if it wasn't for them, bro, I probably wouldn't push myself as far. You know what I'm saying? I would still push myself, but I feel like I probably wouldn't have pushed it to a point of like obsession. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I really need to
100%, man.
Make it
100%. Because like one thing a lot of motherfuckers, even like, the reason I'm not even shy to talk about anything as far as how I feel about where I am and how where I am as far as my, like, I don't know if our entertainment career goes. I'm not afraid to talk about it with a lot of confidence and with a lot of like, I don't know what the word is for it, but put it this way, bro. Do you know how hard it is to fucking make money in the entertainment industry?
Man.
Do you know how fucking hard it is, bro? That's why, like, I talk with a high confidence now, because get the fuck out of here. If somebody's telling you, you know, you can go to school and you're going to make, you know, 80 grand a year, 100 grand a year. Bro, to make 1 grand a year, 1 grand a week in the entertainment industry, yeah, 1 grand a week even, is fucking crazy. People are killing themselves to make $1 grand a week in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
I remember when I started hitting it, it was like, what the fuck? Like, I remember a lot of people were like, oh, you know, you should have went to school. You were so smart. You should have done this. Bro, the dream is to make any type of money in the entertainment industry. You're making a couple grand a week in the entertainment industry. That's good, bro. It's not easy. It's really, really, really not easy. It's fucking difficult. So that's why I pride myself when I talk about this shit, because it's like, I didn't want to do anything else in my life. And I already know I'm still at the bottom of the barrel and I only have room to blow up and get further and further and further. But if anybody ever looked at me a certain way for talking about it, It's like, go, bro, do you realize that there's directors right now killing themselves? You ever see those posts? Shooting a music video today, $150 today only. Do you remember that shit?
Bro,
do you
yes.
remember that?
I used to get mad about that shit too. When I was like,
Bro.
I was like, man, I'm making more money, blah, blah, blah. Then I was like, man, why the fuck are you selling yourself short? But I was like, wait a minute. I was that guy. You know, I was that person trying to get whatever I could because a lot of motherfuckers don't see the value. And sometimes maybe they do now. For me, they kind of do now, but they don't. They still don't because they're like, why do I got to pay X amount of money for you? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you don't have to. You can go to whoever the fuck you feel like going, bro. I don't give a fuck. Like if you're coming to me, it's for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like
when I see those posts, though, it kills me because I don't have anything against the directors that do it, but I'm talking about from a pride standpoint of remembering that I would have shot a music video for $150 like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I would have. Oh yeah, 150. Fuck it, let's do it, bro. Fuck it, whatever. Now, it's like. I can't even look that way anymore, and that's why I'm prideful about it. It's like, bro, to make money in the entertainment industry is so fucking difficult. That's why, again, man, you can't take any of it for granted. If you're making money in the entertainment, even if you're making I don't give a fuck. If you're making like $750 a week, $1,000 a week, man, fucking, bro, you should be grateful as shit.
There's people with college degrees that don't make that a week, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Bro?
Like it's like, you know, I'm not saying that's it's good money. You know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of money, but it's still good money. There's people that went to school for years that don't make that, and you're making that off something you love. Like people need to realize that shit, like you said, it is hard, man, because people sometimes they don't respect certain shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't respect the artistic person. You know what I mean? They're like, that shit is a struggle, bro. Like that shit was hard to get somebody to want to pay X amount of money for you to do this, even if it was at the time 150, 200, 300 or whatever the fuck.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm like, bro, like this is what I want to do. This is like, I love this shit, and this is for your career. And it's like, I used to get mad, but like again, it's you get to a certain point, and it's like, bro, why the fuck am I? Why am I getting? I guess to me it was like this. Why do I get upset when somebody tries to downplay my price? But I look at it like they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're ill-informed or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I wouldn't say that broke because motherfuckers do got money, but they just don't want to pay the shit.
It's the market. You know what I'm saying?
It's just like sometimes people don't see they don't see I guess what they're investing in and shit. Yeah, the value. That's bro, I'm like all over the place right now. They don't see the value and shit. You know what I'm saying? But and it's like, I see why you would get mad because it's like, bro, like,
no, I'm not mad about the money. For me, it's like,
well, I'm saying like you get to a point like I worked my ass off to get here.
Yeah.
Fuck you for not thinking I'm worth this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I have people I know that will look. I have family members that. Well, I know people who make millions of dollars, put it that way. Right. Millions every year. They make crazy money off of whatever the fuck they do, whatever type shit. And they'll be talking to me like, you know what you need to do to make more money, what you need to do to this, what you need to, bro. I'm in the fucking entertainment industry. I'm so happy right now and so fucking grateful that I'm getting any type of money. Like, right. You don't understand, bro. Like, the fact that I can buy... Y'all remember when I was wearing those cloth hoodies and shit? And now your boy's pulling up in the... You feel me? That shit didn't come out of nowhere, bro. That shit took a minute. I'm not saying I'm making crazy money, but I'm saying to make any type of money in the entertainment industry consistently is fucking crazy. It is crazy.
Bro,
you know,
you can make millions off this shit.
I know people who started at the same time as us that still are charging the same shit that they were charging 7-8 years ago. Like, they never progressed. They never could get to a point where they were making like, they have to work their side job, then they have to work the other side job, then they have to sell weed on the side, then they have to do this and that and this and that to get to any type of money every week. It's like, bro, all I have to do is be myself and I get to make money. Like, bro, shit makes me want to go crazy sometimes when I think about the fact that I actually, like, from feeling like a fucking loser basically my whole life to a point where, like, damn, bro, like, I'm in control of this shit. Like, I'm in control of myself financially, control of my entertainment side, control of my relationships around me. Everybody I know I fuck with and they fuck with me. It's all solid everywhere I look and I don't have to do nothing shady. That's crazy to me. That's, at the end of the day, it's the most blessing feeling. That's why you got to look at people who are starting and seeing where they're at now. Like, I got to look at your career and see how did Diego progress? How did Everett progress? How's everybody progressing? How are they able to stay consistent? It's because we worked our fucking asses off. And at the end of the day, a lot of people go, who gives a fuck? You're just a cameraman, bitch. Again, entertainment industry.
You said bitch.
You ever see, there's comedians out there where you used to talk about how I used to work at the comedy clubs and shit. I used to film comedy shows. These motherfuckers were making like literally like $50 a set, okay? And for them, it was a big deal. It was like a big deal. Like, if they flew from here or they went there, they get paid the $50. They went for exposure mainly, but they were making no money. And they were talking about, oh, I have to open up every weekend. You make $300 a weekend for some comedians. Bro, do you understand they were struggling just to make that $300 for that fucking weekend. It's like, man, I don't know, man. I don't know I'm tripping about this shit, but like,
no,
bro,
you're not tripping because a lot of
is crazy.
even now, even actors, bro, like, and a comedian tip, motherfuckers like Kevin Hart were probably making that or less. And look, they're fucking millionaires now. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that shit is a process. Same thing. Okay, perfect example. Weekend. I was watching the Super Bowl shit yesterday. And like, dude, I followed his career for a long time. This man was homeless, bro. Literally homeless. Like, had no home, bro. Like, he was in the streets with his boys and shit. Now they're all fucking millionaires. Literally, they showed a thing when he first performed in 2010 to like now, 10 years. Motherfucker's like the biggest artist in the world, bro. Yeah, like, bro. That shit. Like this, and then again, it's because we work our ass off to get to a point, and motherfuckers don't see it. But it's like you can't. I don't get mad at those. I don't get mad at those guys. I just brush it off. You know what I'm saying? But it is infuriating. It's like, bro, fuck you for thinking I ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like I pushed myself to a point where this artist has seen me, or this artist gave me a chance, or whoever the fuck. Because next thing you know, I'm gonna be working with this person, or I'm gonna be shooting this movie, and then same thing with you. Like, it's like we're pushing ourselves to a point because we want it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of those guys that are still doing side hustles and all that is because they don't want that shit. You know what I'm saying? Bro. They literally don't want that. They just look at this shit like it's a hustle. They don't look at this shit like it's like this is my only plan. This is my only thing I gotta do, and the only thing I have to do. Like, they look at it like, well, this is just some shit I can make $250 for the day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because you ever been in a set before and like somebody be like, how much your camera cost or whatever the fuck?
I hate that shit.
And then you tell them how much the camera costs, and then they'll start asking you questions like, yeah, so I was thinking about doing that camera shit too. And I'm like, bro, what do you mean camera shit, bro? What do you mean camera shit, bro? This is not. I never looked at this shit. No, I'm telling you, I never looked at this shit like it was for me. Video production. I don't even want to talk about video. Production in general is something that's like in my blood. If somebody told me right now, like, bro, you have to go to become a doctor, like starting tomorrow, I'm not gonna say like I wouldn't want to exist. Put it that way. I wouldn't want to be alive. The only thing I would ever want to be alive for is to create shit around me. Nick, take my spot. I gotta take a leak, man. I've been holding this for like. All right. Hold
up. Diego, I got a question for you. Hold on, I gotta move this shit up. So. Quick question. Do you ever have people that like rock normal 9-to-5s being like, why don't you get a real job, man? Why don't you do some normal shit?
Nah, at first, yeah, hell yeah. When I first started doing this shit, a lot of people that I used to know, I was about to say friends, but I don't fuck with them no more.
Yeah.
They were like that, like, oh, you still doing your little camera shit? Like, yeah, motherfucker, I still doing my little camera shit. And then I end up like, bro, look, from working construction, I knew what it was to have like that blue collar job and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Same.
Like,
I was a welder for a while.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So like, what I made that year to the year. Okay, so the year I quit literally at the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? When it got cold, so I'm like, all right, bet. So from the year I quit to the year I just started doing full like music videos full time, I almost doubled my income.
Really? From music videos?
Yes, bro, just for music videos. On commercials and all that other shit. Just
you hit the ground running with that shit.
I had to. I had no choice. But it's just like I had already established it a little bit.
All right, so you were like part-time with the job and then went into it?
I mean, I would come from, bro, I would literally be in my construction clothes, like,
at the shoot?
Look, I can attest to right now. You can ask Rocky Bad, like.
Oh, Rocky Bad's awesome, by the way. Plug Rocky Bad. She's amazing.
I love her, bro. I used to shoot a lot with her, and we're actually, we got something in the works.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I would show up. She posted a picture of me in my work clothes, bro, like dirty as fuck. Showed up to shoot her video.
Boys out here grinding.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Like, and it's like, I like at that point, I'm like, man, like I just wanted it, bro. Like, and that's what you gotta do sometimes.
Like, sometimes you show up, you got dirt on your fingernails. You just got done fucking.
I wasn't out there to look, bro. Yeah. And nobody's seeing me.
No, you're behind the camera.
Yeah, nobody's seeing me. They wanted to see what I was doing. You know, like the shit I was creating on the screen. They didn't want to see me, bro.
That's how I feel when I show up to the set. I don't give a shit how people perceive me visually. Mm-hmm. All I care is I show up with that camera and I start pointing it where it needs to be pointed and get the shots I need to get.
And like now, that I guess I get more recognition, I try to make sure I'm like decently presented and shit. But I'm not a flashy dude at all, bro. Like I'm literally just like I don't have no chain. I ain't trying to be no rapper.
Yeah,
or that shit.
that's me. I'm bare bones most
bro,
of the time.
I'm cool. I'm cool on all that shit.
Camera shit.
Right? No, literally, I'll be like, damn, like what the fuck can I buy next? Like, you know what I mean? I want to,
man, you got some butt.
You know what I'm saying?
You ready? You good? You got
damn, I was having a lot more fun with Nick. So I'm talking shit now.
Hey man,
Get another mic in here, man.
Yeah, we got it. You got to, man. You got to.
So projects like right now that you're working on and shit like that. I really have not been paying. I do my best now to not be a consumer of Instagram. I'm doing my best. It's hard, man, because like it's your business and shit. But I'm not paying it too much attention anymore. What's been up? What's been happening with you?
Well, I mean, yeah. Actually, last night I just shot a video with Babyface and Vez, which is kind of dope because when I moved to New York, I obviously didn't work with many artists from Detroit because I was living out there. So it was kind of dope to get kind of back in that flow of things with Vez because like I said, me and him we used to shoot a lot. So like it was just like it was dope. It was like bittersweet, you know what I'm saying? Because it was like, damn, I was gone for this long, but now I'm back. You know what I mean? Like it kind of made me feel like at home at that point. I was like, damn, man, it's dope. But we just shot a video yesterday. I just mentioned Rocky. She sent me some shit. And I'm like, this is dope. So it's like, I'm more in I know my process is a lot different than it was before because I used to just pull up, shoot, bounce. But now it's like I like look at it like, all right. The reason why, again, is adaptation. It's like I don't want to do just like pull up and shoot videos no more. Like that, I can, you know what I'm saying? And not talking shit about nobody, but like if I were to do that, I could probably run circles around a lot of motherfuckers. I got a crazy work ethic, bro. I'm like always working, but that's not what I want to do. This year, I made a conscious decision. I was like, all right, I gotta create more conceptual shit. Every video I do has to have at least some type of concept. Last night was a little different, you know what I'm saying? But even like when Vez hit me up, he was like, yo, we gotta start coming different. Like we gotta get back in the flow of things. I'm like, bet. So even in his mind, he was like, I want to like step up to, even though because he's consistent already, but he wants to take it to a different level to where he's at. I'm like, bet. I'm on the same tip. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like. Everything this year, I feel like I had to push forward with concepts, even if there's something simple, but still like that's what it is about progression. It's like you have to, because we're all artists, we're all like in our own rights. We may not be doing music or painting or whatever, but we are literally artists. We create, bro. We are creators. Like I got that shit tattooed on my chest. And it's like we have to make a conscious decision where we're making. That's what I'm doing. Where we're going. That's what I'm doing. I'm like, bro, I gotta like do more concepts, because our artists here. We're getting more eyes on us. One artist shines like say, perfect example, Sada. The world's looking at him right now. You know what I'm saying? From Detroit, he's almost him and other artists are representing us. But like mainly him because he comes from the street, bro. Like he comes from like he grinded to a certain point and now it's like the world's looking at him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I look at it like that. Like we have to create for our artists, because once they look at him, they're like, who the fuck else from Detroit? And it's like when they start seeing all these other artists that have so much talent here, I look at it like, damn, we should really be giving these guys the look that like they already made it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Even if, and it doesn't take much, bro, to create some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it literally could take us from stepping outside of going down here to do an extra scene. And it bugs me sometimes when I see like other directors or videographers, whatever, just taking the easy route and shooting some shit real quick. And it's like, bro, take an extra hour to shoot the extra scene, you know what I mean? Or whatever the fuck, extra couple scenes, whatever the fuck long it takes you, because that shit is going to push your shit forward. And motherfuckers don't do that, and it pisses me the fuck off. I just be wanting to cut into motherfuckers, but it's not my job. You know what I'm saying?
Is there like a video you shot or a project you've worked on that stands out to you or like tops everything else right now?
That tops everything else? Each project's, I feel like different, but are you asking like my favorite shit?
Yeah, like what's something you did?
Like really proud of.
Yeah,
dude, actually, yeah, there's one that really stands out. It's one of my favorite videos, and I show a lot of people. It's I had it on your music review shit.
Okay.
It was the Haas Irv Smooth Operator.
That dude,
bro. That video to me is one of my favorite videos, and I don't know what it was. It's still simple. It's a simple video, bro, but like. It was his energy, that data. It's just everything that kind of came together. Like, and it almost got fucked up because in the video there's a little kid. Like, the concept is like that this kid is watching and imitating what he's seeing. You know what I'm saying? Like and it's like, and that's what he's talking about, the artist. the kid we had before that kid showed up was like not with the shit, bro. I felt weird because it was like I'm firing a kid, like like I had to tell like, yo, this ain't it. You know, you gotta like I had to tell his like I think it was his sister or whoever the fuck like the adult that was with her. I'm like with him, I'm like, bro, like this ain't it. Like we gotta bring somebody else in. And then like within the hour, like the guy that was producing it and like called somebody. She showed up with her nephew and he was like with it. He was like with the shit. And I'm like, bet. And man, I made him stand up like, bros, jump on the couch, do all this shit. Like I was like, do all this shit. He was with it. Like, all right, he's a little kid. You know what I mean? Like he had all this energy, but that pushed it. You know what I'm saying? That little detail pushed that shit forward. Yeah. That's one of my favorite videos. That one. Damn, I'm trying to think what else, bro. I do so much shit that I be forgetting.
Yeah, you shoot like fucking crazy. You shoot like fucking crazy.
Like I got this kid named Alex. He's more pop though. His shit's dope that I just did. This guy named Big Diego and Savvy. These are guys that a lot of guys. The problem is a lot of artists they be getting in their feelings. They think that I only give a fuck about big artists. Like, oh, you only give a fuck about this guy because he got a name. Like, bro, 95% of the people I shoot are upcoming artists. What the fuck are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But it's like, but those guys that I just shot for recently, I created some dope shit. I'm like, bro, like this shit has the potential to go, far. And they took the extra step to like, oh, I want to do this. I want to do this concept and shit. So like those videos, they're not out yet, but I feel like when they come out, people are gonna see like, damn, this is like a different version of Diego. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna see.
No, 100%, man. I can feel it. I can feel it. Even when you leave the state and come back and all that shit, it's kind of like a refresh. I remember like in an Instagram, like just from an Instagram aspect, I remember your name like kind of like fading in some degree. Like your name was still strong, but social media presence was like way less and shit. And then I remember you had blonde hair and shit. And I was like, oh shit, this is a whole new Diego. Oh shit, that was he.
That was when I first moved to New York, bro. I just felt like I'm taking a different road in my life. You know what I'm saying? But like, a lot of people fucked with that. You know, I get a lot. I get people think I'm from LA, bro, for some reason, and they're like, oh, they thought like when I did moonwalking years ago, they thought like Vaz hired somebody from LA. All right, bro, I'm from fucking Detroit. What the fuck you talking about? Like, I keep saying that, but like, it's just like a thing. Like, what the fuck? No, bro, like, when I went to New York, it was like the best and worst thing that happened to me because on the worst is because I felt like I wasn't doing as much. You know what I mean? It was like, damn, I'm like, but on the better side, I felt like artistically I was becoming better. I just wasn't working as much. So I was like, kind of fine tuning some things. So when I came back home, I felt different. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, I have a whole like my bad. I needed that. You know what I mean? I needed to like to do a slowdown to like kind of like get back up and then boom.
Did you feel like your social life at all was like fucking up your?
I don't have social life, bro.
No, yeah, some type of social life in this bitch for sure.
Yeah, I mean I do, but like before, yeah. But like I don't know, bro. I'd rather be doing this shit, to be honest with you. Like, I'd rather go shoot a video than go to parties. It's cool and all that shit, but like, you have to find a balance depending on what kind of person you are. But like, you still have to, as a creative, you do have to mingle with people though, like in a sense, like a little bit, like sure, because you gotta like, oh, this is like, but I don't know, bro. I'd rather spend my days fucking shooting videos, bro, all day. Like, I don't go like one dope ass video all day and I feel like accomplished. Like, damn, this is the shit. You know what I'm saying? Versus like, oh, I just partied. But you still need that. You gotta like unwind and decompress, man. Sure, man. You gotta get out there and fucking, you know.
Man. What you see? There's a new music video we're dropping where I'm doing the lawnmower. Y'all are about to freak out. Y'all are about to freak the fuck out.
We need the evolution of that, and you need to evolve that move a little bit. Yeah, man.
There's about 6 videos of me doing the lawnmower, but this new one that's about to drop. And then I got this new move that nobody's seen yet. It's so fucking.
It's a snowmobile.
It's a snowboard. Man, I got this move, and nobody in the world has ever done this. Like, no, I never seen anybody do the lawnmower. I've seen somebody like do like the pulling motion a little bit after I did it. I went on YouTube and I searched. I seen some dudes in Mexico and shit. Like they weren't even doing it like fully. They were like standing when they were doing it. They were just like jerking their arm. I was like, that ain't bitch. I was like on the floor doing that shit. But this new move, bro. But like this new move I got, bro. Oh my god! Like the world's not ready for this new move. And when y'all see this shit, you're gonna be like, oh my god! Like no, I can't believe nobody ever thought of this shit.
So you made a video already?
No. I don't know when I'm gonna pull. I should have pulled it out a few days ago, Nick, when we were at the studio. I should have pulled.
Do that shit right now.
Okay, so there was a video I was live and I tried to pull it off. I don't know. Did you see when I fell off the
Dude,
chair?
you fell off the chair. Dude, that shit. I didn't see that live. I saw that when you reposted on your Instagram and shit.
When I was sitting on top of the chair, I was trying to do it, but I was like, wait a minute. I didn't realize halfway through that, like, I need both my hands to do it. So once I realized I need both my hands to do it, and I was leaning back. You know, you need balance with one of your arms to lean back on a chair like that. I literally fell, but I was like, bitch, if I had pulled that bitch off right before I man, that dude was driving me crazy.
That dude was like, did he die?
Yeah. And that dude's a bitch. Hey, you know what? That dude sucks because that dude, when I fell over and I was like kind of knocked out for a second, I was buzzed. I was drunk as shit. I remember somebody screen recorded it and they sent it to me. This dude, the whole time I was knocked out, he's like, oh yeah, my new mixtape's dropping out March 8th. And all this, and he was talking, he's like, yeah, my song fucked him up. I was like, bro, when I was watching, I was like, you don't give a fuck, bro. Like, you were just trying to promote your shit right now. Fuck is he talking about?
He was trying to keep the air from being dead, bro.
Yeah. He did help, but you could have done it a different way. You didn't have to promote his shit for an hour.
Okay, so I have a question. Since you do a lot of music video reviews,
Yeah.
what's some artists that stand out to you from here, from Detroit?
The thing that's crazy,
That are like still like
the thing
somewhat established, but not like,
it's
you know what I'm saying?
insane because every person that this is like crazy. So when I do the music reviews, it's like rarely any big artists are ever on the show. That's not the intentions of the show.
Right.
The intention of the show is, first of all, whoever wants to be on it. Second of all, helping artists that are still trying to figure out who the fuck they are. But it's always like they'll have one song. Like the best artists I've ever heard always have like one song. Like, oh, let me hear your other shit. Like this dude at IMB Tay. Where's your other shit? It's the only song I got right now. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Why do you own it? But it's the sickest song I've ever heard. I'm like, what? Like, what's going on? But then you'll have somebody who has like a whole catalog, 1,000 songs, and then the shit's trash. So it's like very inconsistent when it comes to that. Like but this dude IMB Tay had the best song I've ever heard on the podcast. It was called 12 Days or some shit like that. Best song I ever fucking heard. I still listen to that shit to this day. But there's not anybody that, like, Queen Mache had a really good song called Wide Open. There's a lot of people who had really good songs, but it's crazy. It's just like the people who are so talented, I swear they don't have no music videos.
Is it harder than themselves, bro? Like, I get that. Like, you could be hard on. I know there's one guy, he's a dope singer. His name is Omar. Crazy, bro. Vocally, he easily could have been like the biggest star coming out of Detroit. Like, cause I heard some shit from him that I was like, man, this shit sounds like some like you made that. You know what I'm saying? Like on some like Weekend vibe type shit. You know what I'm saying? But he don't sound like the Weekend, but like, you know, that vibe. You know what I mean? And he doesn't drop music, bro. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like I used to tell him, like, bro, you got some talent, man. But like, he still like, he does other shit. He like acts and stuff like that. But like, it's like vocally, like this dude is like one of the best singers I've ever heard.
It is great. I made a post about that the other day. I was saying like the most talented artists I ever met in my life are always the most inconsistent artists for whatever fucking reason. Not to say that the bigger guys are hard.
Right.
Like everybody they're crazy. But there is dudes, literally the most talented motherfuckers I ever met. I swear to God, my boy Kyle Williams, one of the first people I ever met that did music personally. I met him at a Caribou coffee shop doing open mic. So fucking talented, but like literally just in 10 years, never took it seriously for whatever fucking reason.
I got a theory on that. I think a lot of people who are talented and get told they're talented rest on that, and they're like, man, I know I'm good. I'm gonna put shit out when I feel like it.
Hey, it could be.
Well, I mean,
they know they have to.
that, or sometimes I would ask artists that, because I run into that a lot of that too. Like a lot of artists, I'm like, yo, they're dope as hell, bro. Like, what the hell? But a lot of times they're like, I just overthink, or I'm too hard on myself, or I'm like insecure about it. Like I'm like, and that comes with it too. It could be a mixture of both, or just one or the other.
They always got some fucking reason, bro. It's always some bullshit ass reason for why their career is not moving forward. Always, bro. It's like, oh yeah, bro, I gotta finish up school, or whatever the fuck, or the relationships are destroying people's careers. I'm telling you that on baby. People are fucking ending their whole rap careers because they got into some girl, and all of a sudden they're depressed in their fucking blanket and all that shit, like neglecting all the shit they could be making, all the songs they could be writing about that bitch and all types of shit.
That's true.
Instead they're like curled up like, oh yeah, I can't make music today, you feel me? It's not the day. Hey bro, go out and sing about this bitch. Go sing. You might get her back. Fuck is you talking about? You might get her back.
Yo, look, the funny thing you say that, I created a music video off a dream because I was like going through a breakup.
Yeah.
And I had this dream about like attending my ex's wedding, and I made that shit into a music video, bro. I'm like, fuck this. And I thought about dedicating it to her, but I'm like, I ain't gonna do that shit. But like, the dream was about that, bro. Like I was like, but in the music video, I had the artist break up the wedding and end up with the girl. You know, I just changed it up a little bit, but like, you know, but that's what you gotta do, man. Like what he said, like take that shit and like write about that shit and then create some shit, man. People, you know, don't know who's relating to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
story is a real one.
Man, what? Right.
Hey,
man.
you might get the bitch back. You might get the bitch back. You
like,
might make a song or a music video.
Nah, bitch, I don't want you no more.
And then, you flipped it on them at the end. I don't want your bitch ass no more. You fucked it up. You had your chance, girl. Fuck is you talking about?
Right.
You had it on a platter, and I had to make a song.
I got 1,000 views. I don't need your ass no more.
Hey, exactly. These other bitches want me now. I started a rap.
1,000 bitches want me. They all saw my shit.
I'm telling you, I went through some shit too. Like, you know what? To be honest, man, I should have been famous I'm not saying I'm famous. I said I should have been famous. I should have been famous when I was younger. But when I was younger, I was fucking wrecking shit. Like, I was like one of the first people on YouTube. I was one of the first people like just getting crazy 15, 30,000 views, just doing goofy ass shit. Then some girl, fuck this bitch, what the fuck is you talking about? Fuck this bitch, fuck this. Cause this bitch, you know what I'm saying to you? This girl basically fucked up my whole life, if you really think about it. Yeah, gonna tell you, this bitch fucked up my whole life.
Man,
Cause I was on the streak, I was young, I was like 16 years old, making viral YouTube videos, all types of shit, going crazy, everybody in schools singing my songs and saying what up and all types of shit. I met this girl and I stopped everything. I was like, fuck all this. I'm done with all this shit. I'm not even about to do nothing no more. I was like, I deleted all my YouTube videos. I'm not launching. I was like, unless I have this girl, I'm not doing shit. So like, seriously, like 8-10 years ago, bro, I could have been like, you know, I wouldn't be here right now. You feel me? I would be like in fucking Florida or something. Florida. She fucked up my whole life.
No, you let. No.
I never hit it. I never even got to hit it. Hey, listen, I never got to hit it. I never got to hit it. Hey, listen, think about it like this, bro. Think about it like this. This girl ended my whole career. And I never got to hit it. I never even got to hit it. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Bro, how the.
Bro, she didn't need to fuck you. You fucked yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah. She fucked up my whole life,
Did she
man.
follow you or anything now?
She doesn't know shit about me. She's married, man. She's married. She's out the game. She's like, she, man.
She literally came, ruin your life, and then had no second thought on your ass, and you're like, oh.
I'm like sitting there, I'm like, oh shit.
See,
I'm about to be.
That's prime example of why you don't let that shit get to you, bro.
Trying
like,
to
you
tell
gotta, like, I'm not, look.
Eye on the bag.
I could understand if you like hit and then like you was like, this is the best I've ever had. You know?
My cousin told me. My cousin was like,
my cousin hit.
No.
Can you imagine? Like,
I was sitting. I bought some shit for her, right? And it was like a little thing that played a melody. I was like, I'm gonna give it. I was sitting in the corner like playing it at my cousin's party and shit. My cousin comes up to me. He goes, "Hey, so what's up, man? Why are you so sad?" I was like, "This bitch, man. She broke my heart." He's like, man, he's like, you know, you got to, he's like, it's better to love and lost than never lost, you know, never loved at all. I was like, she never even loved me. And he's like, get the fuck up. And he's like, pulling me by my collar. He's trying to throw me. He's like, get your fucking ass in the party. There's bitches everywhere. Go have fun, bro. You're worrying about a bitch you never even hit. And I was just like, damn, I really ruined my whole life for a girl that I never even slept with, never kissed, barely hugged, never went on a date with. What was you talking about? I ruined my whole, exactly, man. I ruined my whole life for this girl. No, I mean, I'm happy where I'm at right now, but she changed the trajectory of my life, which is fucking crazy, right?
Yes, that is crazy.
So all these artists that are complaining like about they'll change the trajectory if you let them, bro. I was young and stupid, so I had an excuse, but some of you are like 20.
About your fucking video career.
No, bro. I man, look. My career comes first, bro. Like it's like my career, me, and then everything else. Like, bro,
I was young.
Like, yeah, I get that though. Because when you're young, you're like, oh, it's the only girl in the world. Because I was like that too in high school. Like with this one girl, I ain't gonna name her name because,
that's cool. As long as it's not dying.
I was like, I thought she was the only girl in the world. I mean, I hit obviously, but like, but like. I was like to her when we broke up, and I was like, "Oh, that's the only girl I'm ever gonna have." And then all these rumors are coming out. Like again, you're young. Like I don't know how old you were, bro. I was in high school, bro. I thought it was the only girl in the world I'm ever gonna love, and all that shit. My boys were like, "Bro, what the hell are you on, bro? Like there's like so many girls and da 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 da." Like I'm like, "No, but this one's for me. This is the one for me." I don't know what the hell she's doing right now either, but like I'm just glad I wasn't doing nothing like that at the time because like, you know, I didn't want to do shit. I didn't want to go to work. I didn't want to do nothing. It'd be like that though. I get it. Because when you're young, bro, you be feeling like
I
that's
threw
like the
my,
only
like,
girl
you
for
know,
you.
for me, bro, like I said, man, I had it in the bag. I was like, I felt like I was famous. I felt like I was rich. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, bro, when you go somewhere and everybody treat like at the young, when I was young, I was a kid, and everybody was treating me like I was famous as shit.
The worst part is that girl probably had like 3 or 4 different guys that she
She did. Okay, so here's what happened
And
though.
then he's like, nah, she's the only one for me.
I met her at work, okay? Wait, listen. I was a dishwasher when I met her, okay? And I looked at her and I was like, I'm in love with this girl. I don't know what happened. I was like, I'm in love with her, whatever the type of shit. I didn't say nothing to her. She started hitting me up. I was like, oh, she likes me too. All my feelings are going crazy about her. Then one day she had a boyfriend. I was like, what's happening? I was like, my whole career just ended right in front of my face.
Kid didn't know he was in a friend zone the whole time.
I was in the friend zone the whole time.
He had no idea he was in a friend zone, bro.
You're such a good friend. You're
Right.
Like, oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
She's like, she said that shit to me too. She's like, I don't want to ruin our friendship with a relationship. I was like, bitch, you just ruined my whole career with this shit. Like, you just ended my whole life with this shit. Like, I was so mad.
I couldn't feel like that over a girl that was my friend, bro. Like, but I get it though.
Get the fuck out of here. It's like, hey, Diego's talking shit.
No. I'm like a hopeless romantic, bro. Like for real. Like if I like a girl and then like that shit goes to the fucking like it just fucks up. Yeah, I'll be like, damn, I don't want to do nothing. Like, you know what I mean? But nah, dude, nah.
You just told me this, so I don't want to talk about this.
Dude.
Hey, man.
No, I get it though. I think a lot of guys we've all been there like in the friend zone. Yeah. We didn't know we were in a friend zone thing because some of these girls, man, they're ruthless, bro. They will make you feel like you're the only motherfucker that they mess with, but they got like 4 guys like
They got a bunch of guy friends.
man, and you're like you're like the 4th backup.
Yeah, I wasn't even one of the
like,
bad
well,
guys.
if you don't work with this guy, then it won't. And I got this guy. Then there's Kid L.
I wasn't even on that list.
4-string dick.
Yeah, I wasn't even on that shit. I wasn't even on the list, bro. She looked at me like I was the janitor or some shit. You feel me? I was too. Like, you know, I wasn't even like, you feel me? I was washing dishes and shit. And there's like fucking big ass muscular guys flipping burgers and shit.
Hey, look, I just hope the guy that she's with now is treating her like shit. And then
No, he's my boy. Hey, he was my boy. Hey, he's my boy. Hey.
Time out. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
Yeah, she hooked up with my boy and got married.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she hooked up with my boy and got married. Yeah, and he unfollowed me on Facebook too. I was like, "What'd she tell you that I wanted to fuck her? Like, what happened? You know what I'm saying?" So,
Bro, don't tell me they got a joint Facebook account.
no, not like that.
No,
But she blocked me and all that type of shit. I don't even remember what I did to get blocked, but she blocked me. She got married to my boy.
They're never gonna see
They
this
have a
shit.
kid, man. You feel me? I hope I never see her again, bro. You feel me?
They're
Shit.
gonna see this
Spark
shit,
back
bro.
all the emotions all over again.
Bro. Please, I will never let that happen
Nah,
to you.
I just did.
I won't let her derail your career.
Yeah, please.
I'll punch her in the
If I start seeing him post last time, I'm gonna hit him up like, yo, you better not be talking to this girl again. Like,
You feel
I
me?
can't. No, man. Like that shit. But I get that now. That shit is the worst, bro.
Yeah, artists, when they get into it, it's the worst too, because they're all artists are highly emotional.
Yeah, for sure. Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then in whatever regard, especially if you like somebody and then you there's a saying. What is the saying? Like if an artist falls in love with you, he'll. Man, what the fuck is it? It's like you'll be immortal or some shit because they will literally create shit around that person.
Oh, yeah. I made a movie for the girl too.
See, look at that. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, it was craziest short film, bro. It was the craziest short film. My boy Daniel was in the bitch, and we went into the forest and got bit by mosquitoes. And I had my little cousin dressed up in this crazy ass costume and all this shit. And I said, and the title said, dedicated to. Some bitch. I don't remember what I said. It was something like cheesy as fuck. And everybody at work saw it. They're like, that was for her? And I was like, yeah. She saw it. She was like, she typed on Facebook, I appreciate that. I'm like, what is you talking about, bitch? You know, I'm looking
Oh, you just created a whole production for like an appreciative test.
Exactly. She didn't.
You almost left your ass on red with that.
Yeah, she's like, I appreciate
She's like,
you.
I gotta say something. Like,
Man, and I'll send you that video too. It was actually heat.
hey, bro, it's like that guy that slides in the girl's DM and like writes this whole paragraph of how beautiful she is and all this other shit. And then the next guy's like, hey, what up, bitch? And then like she goes with the guy that said, what up, bitch? Because she's like, I want to be disrespected.
I was trying to hook up with my English teacher the other day.
Oh my God.
From middle school. I messaged
you know what you need? You need to have your own show, like trying to like a Flavor of Love type show, bro. That's what you need. Flavor of Love, bro.
You feel me? I tried to slide in the DMs. She was responding.
L stands for love. That's what you should call it.
Hey, fuck it.
You heard it here first when he creates that show.
Yeah, and Diego will never be a guest because he's been homie the whole fucking time.
I'm like, oh.
Like Diego never went through some shit.
It's like, she don't want you. No, I'm talking
Chris Farley and Adam Sandler have this SNL skit. Did you ever see it? Adam Sandler's crying about his ex-girlfriend. And like, so it's just Adam Sandler on the couch sitting, and he has like a hotline show. He's like, I'm gonna call my girlfriend Denise and see what my ex-girlfriend, and see what she's doing. And he'd pick up and call her, and she'd be like, hello? And then he would hang up the phone and shit. And then when he called Chris Farley in to come in and give him advice. Chris Farley came in and sat down, and Adam's like, what do you think's wrong with Denise? Why is she being like this? And Chris is like, he's like, I don't know, man. And then he's like, all right, well, thanks for being on the show. And they shook hands and he got the fuck out. That's exactly how I felt with everybody I talked to. Like, they gave me the simplest answer. Like, I don't know what's up with her, bro. And then they would just fucking
I
like,
would tell you for us, like, she don't want you, bro.
yeah, exactly.
I'm straight up, like, she don't want you.
People lie to you
I'm
when your
like,
heart's
look,
broken.
no, man, they can't. You can't. My boys just tell me, like, bro, she a hoe. Like, and she was, though. Well, hey, whatever, you know. Like,
You feel me? Wait, you're not trying to talk about none of your shit. You just want me to expose
no, you can.
my...
Hey, look, man, look. I was talking about my high school shit. Like she was hoeing around for show. No, for that
Like
shit.
recently?
No, bro, I'm not. No, I'm talking about when I was in high school.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
no.
for sure.
No, the girl that I felt like was the only girl for me and shit. I felt like that too. And then I heard so much shit about her, and then until I actually saw the shit, like not like her fucking somebody or some shit, but like literally saw evidence of it. And at that, even bro, it was in my face, and I was like. No, this ain't real. Like, but it was real as fuck, bro. It was like,
Just
damn.
kissing somebody in front of
Bro,
you?
no, it was way worse than that, bro. But
Come on, man. Can you talk about it?
Look. So the rumor was that she was like hooking up with this dude, and I didn't want to believe that shit, bro. I was look, I was buying this girl all kinds of shit. I was sending flowers to her house almost every day, bro. Like every day. At the time, like Nextels were a big thing. You know what I mean? Like way fucking back in the day. I would buy her new Nextel phones, bro, like all the time, bro. Until one day I think I saw it. She asked me, oh, this is what she did. And man, she asked me to go and look for something in her email. And my nosy ass went digging in her email and saw she was sending shit to guys. Like,
Her email?
But this is a long time ago, bro.
yeah,
this is like a long time ago. I guess I was like in high school, bro. Well, I was out of high school. Shit, I had just graduated and she had just graduated. So, but again, we weren't together. But you know what I'm saying? But I saw it because I just went in a scent, and it's like the first few things. I didn't even go that deep. I didn't have to go that deep. And I'm like, man, why am I doing this right now? I felt bad for doing it, but a part of me needed to know, bro. Like I needed that reassurance. I needed that.
You don't want to be like invested in something that's not
because I was, bro. I was like, man, I really like this girl. My boys were like, man, you're stupid, bro. Like they were like dogging me. They didn't even want to hang out with me, bro. They're like, oh man, what the fuck? Like you're depressed over some chick that don't like is fucking some other guy and blah blah blah. And no, bro, like she was sending him nudes and shit. I was like,
and he never even got no nudes from her.
bro. I was like, it was a wrap for me, bro. And then to a point where she had a man, and then I was the other guy,
man,
because she started messing with this guy, and then I ran into her. I'm like, oh, what's up? She's like, oh, we should hang out. I'm like, yeah, sure. And then like she was mad flirty, sending me shit, and I'm like, wait a minute, she got a whole boyfriend. Like I'm like, man, fuck this bitch, bro. I was like, man, this. And then about a year later, I ended up finding the girl I ended up being with for a while. But yeah, man,
I used a bunch of shit to get off my, like I was watching like crazy ass movies like Braveheart and shit. I was like crying to everything. I was crying, you know, in the Braveheart. Did you ever watch Braveheart?
Yeah,
you know,
come on, bro. Yeah.
I watched it for the first time. You know when he goes freedom, and they cut his.
He probably screamed her name
like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, because when he screamed freedom. And when I knew it was over with that girl, that's how I felt. I felt like at least it's over. I was like, at least it's like she has a boyfriend now. I was like, it's over. Like, I don't got to worry about it. I didn't give up after that, but I felt freedom at that moment.
Oh, you still trying to get with her?
I was still trying to get with her, yeah. I was like, hey, even right now, hey, if she gets divorced, bro, I am not hesitating. I am not hesitating, bro. I don't give a fuck. I'm like, hey, so what? You thought you were sweet? You thought you were sweet?
No, don't do it. Don't do it, bro. She ain't worth it.
Yeah, I was watching crazy movies and shit. Like, for me and you, there's one interesting thing. Like, we're both I don't consider myself a movie buff, but I feel like I've seen every badass movies before. I don't. Are you a vintage? Are you like the old? Like,
I watch everything, bro.
I don't get into the 50s, 60s, 70s shit.
I want to say 50s, but like I definitely dived into 60s and 70s.
Like for Stanley Kubrick and all that.
Oh yeah, I have all that shit. I have all his movies, bro.
Okay,
I have all his movies. I have all that.
Who's like your favorite director right now?
My favorite right now. My favorite.
Okay, history.
And history. Oh damn, that's a tough question, bro. Because I like different directors for different shit. But like,
well, yeah, there's one.
My favorite director right now is probably Christopher Nolan.
Okay, he's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. He doesn't even have that big of a portfolio.
But before him, it was Martin Scorsese. before him.
You know, in the same line with that. Yeah.
But I mean, Denis Villeneuve, he's doing a new Dune movie. Sicario. He's kind of still new.
He did Sicario?
Yeah. He's kind of still new too. But I know this movie called Arrival, but he's fucking dope. He's dope as hell. He reminds me of like a little bit of Nolan, but like their styles are still different.
Yeah, Rival's the movie in space, right?
Arrival's the one where like this like a spaceship is like chilling in this like open ass field and they don't know what the fuck it is and shit.
Yeah. I seen. Isn't a girl like the chick is the main character in that movie?
Yeah. It's like a redhead chick.
Yeah, that movie was fucking heat.
Yeah, bro. That guy's a director. He's fucking dope.
I actually like those space movies that are coming out now. I know it's like a big thing now. The gravity, but they're all really. The only one that kind of threw me off a little bit was the one with Matt Damon.
Martian.
Martian. It was
my favorite.
It was good, but. Ending could have been, bro. You know how like did you watch that movie?
Yeah, I've seen that movie. I had that movie. If I like a movie, I'm gonna buy it.
I don't know. I'll be touring the shit, but no, like.
Yeah, no, right.
So basically, like when he, you know when he finds,
support the film industry.
You know the spoilers. So turn the shit off if you watch Martin. You know when he finds his dad at the end, like that could have been done. So I know they tried to make it like as like plain as possible.
Right.
Like they didn't want to make it like some dramatic scene, but damn, bitch, like a little bit of something to it because I didn't feel nothing for the dad. I kind of did feel something for the dad, but I also didn't feel shit for the dad. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing, like with the movies, it's like sometimes it's hard to like resonate with people, like especially with the endings, because the endings don't like. I have mad books that I used to read all the time, but I don't read them no more. But it's like the ending don't always have to be happy; it just has to be satisfying. And sometimes you don't get that. Yeah. Like I don't care about a sad ending. You can have a sad ass ending.
Yeah, same here.
But long as like it's like okay, this is like now I feel like this is the story's over with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know whether it's sad or not. So like Prisoners is a perfect example.
I haven't watched it.
You never seen Prisoners?
I keep hearing about it, bro.
Prisoners is crazy. Again, then even the new crazy. At the end, spoilers. Like
no, you can't tell me because I'm gonna watch it.
It's not a sad. I'm not gonna tell you, but it's like it leaves it open. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like if you really think about it, it's kind of like Inception. Like Inception left it open. Like it kind of left it open. I'm like, oh damn, yeah. Like. But it felt gratifying. Like, all right, the story is over. You know
what's your favorite movie right now?
My favorite. I mean, that's all
time. Let's talk about all time. I'm curious because I know you're a buff. So like for me, I'm taking your opinion seriously when it comes to this.
All right, my favorite movie, bro. Oh man, this is a loaded question, bro. Because I have in my movie shop, I have like I just throw them in there. But there's. And the first row is the movies that I watch all the time.
Yeah. All right, list them. Yeah, fucking list them. Because I'm trying to find some new movies to fucking watch.
Okay, so Shawshank Redemption's in there.
Oh, Shawshank is, automatic.
I feel like that got robbed against Forrest Gump and put like whatever.
Oh, sure. But that was great too, though.
Yeah, Forrest Gump was great too. Don't get me wrong. Like we're both classics, but like Shawshank hits different with me. That movie made me cry. You know what I'm saying? Like if a movie makes me feel some type of emotion, it's like, oh, I fuck with this movie. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to make me cry, but that movie made me cry a couple times. One, because you guys seen it, right?
Yeah, Shawshank.
So when the old man killed himself, I was like, oh, But when Andy freed himself, I was like happy as hell for real. I was like, bro, like I felt like I knew Andy. I was like, yeah, my man's out of jail.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's how I felt. What else?
Morgan Freeman though in that movie when Morgan Freeman says when he was by himself when his boy had already escaped. What's his name? What was Tim Robbins' name in the movie? Andy.
Yeah.
When Andy left. And Morgan was by himself. He was like talking and narrating. And he's like, I don't know. At the end of the day, I just really miss my friend. Right. I almost cried when I heard that shit. I was like, damn, can you imagine being with that motherfucker for like 30 years and then you're all by yourself?
No, peace out.
Yeah,
so like that. Something recent was Mad Max Fury Road. I fucking love that movie.
I keep hearing about Mad Max.
That movie, it's like one long chase scene, bro. But it's just like so good. Like what makes movies like that interesting to me is because you always feel like the main person's in danger and you feel like, oh, this person can die at any minute. Right. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and there's two main characters in that, so you don't know who really is gonna like, because the movie is kind of about more of the woman than Max. But I'm like, bro, like I was like, oh, he could have died like 10 times in this movie. Like I was like at that point, like if he died, I would have been like, damn, like, you know, but like it made me feel that when I saw that shit opening night. I'm a big Thursday, like advanced screen showing, like Thursday night, like I gotta be there at midnight or whatever the fuck time early as possible, like to see it before everybody else so I can talk about it. People on my Facebook like, oh, did you see this movie? Like I thought about I should do movie reviews, but like, I don't have the time, bro. Like I thought about it, but like I wouldn't be the technical. I would be like, yeah, this shit was sweet. All right, end of the review. That's all it is. No, but like, yeah, for real. I'd be just writing. I'll write these long ass things on like how I felt about a movie and why I liked it, and then people were like, oh, bam, I want to go see it, and like I felt the same way. I'm like, oh, people really fuck with this shit. But anyways, that was one of those movies that like I still like I watched that shit and still like feel like the same like emotions I felt when I first seen it. Because when I first seen it, literally, bro, I was at the movie, I was like, oh shit, like this. I'm like, oh, what's gonna happen? That Dark Knight, Dark Knight like transcends. Like it's not a comic. Like that movie is not a comic book movie to me, bro. It is literally a masterpiece. Like
no.
like every
It's like a thriller.
It's literally
It's everything.
I cannot find. I can find small minimal things are wrong about it. No movie is perfect, but that movie is fucking damn near perfect, bro. That and Shawshank is like almost perfect movies to me.
I watched Dark Knight again recently. That movie, when I first saw it, my eyes weren't open basically. When I watched it like again last year, holy fucking
I've seen that movie 3 times at the movie theater. I literally went and paid every single time.
I don't fucking
like,
blame.
I'm going to see this shit again.
And first movie that I watched, you know what's crazy? My favorite movie list is American History X is my first favorite movie. I'll talk about why in a second. But the first that made me go back to back was Fight Club. Bro, and not at the theater.
Fight
Bro,
Club,
you know what I did? I'm not talking about back to back. Like I watched it one day and then I literally watched it. And then when I realized I watched the whole thing, I was like, this movie's incredible, but I don't know why. And I was like, and I don't get it either, but this movie's incredible.
Right.
I watched it literally again right after. Like back to back. I was like,
I've done that.
Yeah, you done that?
I've done
But
that.
Fight Club's a long ass movie, so you're like
Yeah, it
sitting there
is
for
long
3
as
hours,
fuck.
like, and then it finally clicked. I was like, holy shit. Like this movie's insane.
Yeah, my movie's got to touch like literally touch some type of emotion with me. Green Mile made me cry.
Oh, Green Mile, bro.
Green Mile was a fucking crazy.
Green Mile made me-
So there's another movie that it made me cry is because I have a brother, but like I have mad brothers, but this movie called Warrior. So it's a movie about 2 brothers that end up fighting in like this UFC like exhibition. So basically, one brother's like a soldier and another guy's like this like teacher, but on the side he hustles to like he's like a bouncer and he's like he ain't got no money. So like they made this tournament for it's open to the whole world, like whoever wants to join it. And it's like $1 million cash prize type shit. So one brother joins another brother. And they end up battling. They end up making it both to the last round. But when they fight and shit, I'm like, bro, like he's literally fighting like this. They're fighting for different reasons, but they weren't close as brothers.
Yeah.
They didn't like the whole family was estranged. But it made me cry because I'm like, damn, dog, like you felt like they were real brothers, and you felt like, damn, these guys are really like fighting for, in the sense, their lives.
Yeah.
Or a different reason. One guy was fighting to get out of fucking debt because he was about to lose his house and all this other shit. Another guy's fighting because his boy died in the army and he was trying to get the money for his family.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't fighting for himself, he was fighting for somebody else.
Yeah, I heard
And
a lot about Warrior.
bro,
Man.
that was a good
I
idea.
just thought it was gonna be a fighting movie, but now that you get into it, I see that there's like a lot of depth in the.
Oh yeah, Tom Hardy's in it.
The first movie that made me cry was Terminator 2, bro.
Bro, Terminator 2 and Alien, that's one of my favorite
When he
ones,
comes
man.
down in that chain and he's like just looking at like the Terminator is just looking up as he's going into the lava.
He throws up the.
Yeah, when he puts up the thumb sign, it's like, bitch, how did you know to put up the thumb sign? Yeah, it's like I thought you were a robot. How do you know what that means?
Because he was being taught, bro. Like
Exactly.
he was literally learning. Like
Bro, I was crying.
He even said that he was like, now I know why humans cry, because he was crying for him.
Yeah.
and then he was like,
Sarah says that, and then she's like, "Oh no," he says that. He's like, I can't cry, but I now. What does he say?
he understood why.
He understands why. He's like, I know why you cry, but it's something I can never do. I was like, bitch, are you serious? And then Goodfellas was the first movie that I ever saw that opened up my eyes to like what a real movie was.
Yeah.
Scorsese. I was in my basement, my dad used to own a video store, so I was just putting in every VHS type. And you know, the only reason that movie caught my eye, I was like watching 5 seconds of every movie and throwing it in the garbage. Like, I don't want to. Seems boring. Goodfellas, it starts with that trunk scene. So right away you're like, what the fuck? Like this is the first time I've ever seen some shit like
You know
open
when
a
I
trunk
wanted to
and-
be a gangster, then boom, it's like pause, like bro,
Wait, didn't they stab him in the They stabbed him. That's what got me. Like, oh my god, the stabbing scene.
And they go back to that shit later in the movie, which is
exactly.
kind of dope to me. Like I like movies like that.
And then American History X is my favorite movie of all time. I don't think that anything will ever top it. You ever seen American History X? Yeah, that movie changed my whole fucking life. And every single perspective. Like, I know it's a movie, the main concept's obviously about racism, but for me, the relationship between the brother, changing his whole brother's, like, he basically made his brother a racist. And then through his, Edward Norton's own, evolution, his brother understood, so it kind of shows like how much you can influence somebody's fucking whole life, and how Edward Norton was influenced in the movie to become like that in the first place. So That movie just has so many different perspectives.
Oh, that curb stomp in that movie is still
the curbs that everybody brings up the curb. The best line in that movie though is like, and this is a real question to anybody, is like, anytime you're going through any shit or you're doing something, if you're just going on a bad track in life, you have to ask yourself, has anything you've done made your life better? Because, like, really, that's all it is. Like, is your life getting any better by whatever the fuck you're doing? So that movie changed my life. Pulp Fiction changed my life.
Oh, man.
Pulp Fiction was like, when I first saw it, I thought it was a cartoon. I don't know why when I first watched it, the opening scene was so contrasty and saturated, I thought it was a cartoon.
You know what movie got me to watch Pulp Fiction, though?
What?
Space Jam, bro.
What the fuck is Space Jam gonna do? What?
Look, you know why? Look. So... there's a lot of like pop culture references in Space Jam. So I think when Space Jam came out, again, telling my age, I was like 10, 9, 10, some shit like that. Anyways, so there's a scene where it was Elmer Fudd, and then what's the dude with the big mustache? Anyways,
Sam, what the fuck is that?
Oh my God, Yosemite Sam.
Yeah,
Yosemite
him.
Sam, yeah.
Well, anyways, they literally shoot at that one of the Monstars, and then they're wearing the suits like fucking the guys from Pulp Fiction, like Vincent.
Oh, they were wearing
and it was like, and it was playing the song in there, and I was like, where the fuck is that from, bro? Like, what reference is this? And I'm like thinking like, what? And then I don't know, randomly I saw Pulp Fiction. I'm like, I was like, oh, and I watched it, and because the movie was dope about it. It's not linear. It's like it tells stories different, like from different timelines, but like it all kind of makes sense once you watch the whole movie. But I was like, where the Space Jam introduced me to Pulp Fiction, which is fucking crazy.
My uncle pulled it up on TV, and I literally, because again, Quentin Tarantino, I guess maybe it was my uncle's TV, but I thought it was a cartoon. So, when I was younger, I couldn't understand what the fuck they were saying at the table, because I was really young when I watched Pulp Fiction. But then as the story progressed, I didn't even have to. You know how they say like a movie should be able to be told without any audio? Like you should be able to watch it and kind of like know what's happening. That's how it was for me. I was watching it. I was too young to understand what was happening. But I was like, I'm in love with this. I watched it again 3 years later when I got a little bit older. I was like, this is fucking incredible. Like, this movie is fucking incredible.
There's a lot of movies that I had to watch again when I was older, because when I was younger, I was like, I didn't understand this shit.
Yeah.
And there was movies where when I was younger, I thought, man, this movie's the shit. Like the original Judge Dredd with Sylvester Stallone.
I didn't even see it.
What?
I thought that movie was the shit,
You know what? I
bro.
did see it, but I did not pay attention when I
Bro,
watched it.
when I was young, I was like, oh man, this movie's the best movie. And I watched it. Oh, I was like, man, this is garbage, bro.
But it's kind of
It's cool. It's like cheesy garbage type shit. You know what I'm saying? But like then they made a new Judge Dredd movie, and I'm like, yo, this movie's a shit. But at the time, I was like, I thought that was the shit, because I'm like, oh, Rocky and like fucking Rambo, like the same guy. You know, I was a kid. I was like, yo, this movie's the shit. I think it was just because I was watching with my older brother and he thought it was dope. Yeah. But like, I was like, man, this is fucking complete garbage now. But like, there was movies that were reversed. Like again, like you said, Pulp Fiction. Like, I didn't understand them at first, and I watched them again. Like, yo, this is the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
when coming back, I'm still on that journey. I'm still watching older shit nowadays and trying to get back into it. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, like shit's so busy, bro. It's like when you watch a movie, it's got to be like that. Like for me, like, what do you have like a day off when you're not shooting? You're not working?
Yeah. I mean, I look, I get up early too. Like, I try to get up early and make a routine of shit, but like it's still hard. But no, I definitely had to take. That's why I get inspiration from too, like from movies, bro. Like I try to recreate scenes from movies, especially like gangster movies, because rappers love that shit.
Did you do the Friday thing? Were you?
I did that a couple times actually.
Yeah, the Friday shit you did was fucking crazy. I remember seeing that. I was like, that's actually really, really close.
What scene?
The stoop scene.
What, you talking about with Natasha shit?
Yeah,
I did that. Yeah. Well, I did that. I did a whole thing for it in another guy's video, but for the Natasha thing, we recreated that. Yeah, that just like that specific scene where the girl comes up and like, "Where's Craig?" And then like, you know, he comes out and there's another girl, and they're like, he looks at the camera like, yeah, we recreated that. And a lot of people fucked with that video too. So I do a lot of dope shit with her too.
Is there any future projects or anything you want to promote? Anything you want to talk about?
I mean, I think I already mentioned some shit earlier, but I mean, I don't know, man. Just follow me on Instagram. I guess I don't know what the fuck.
Fucking Diego.
I don't know who to shout out, bro. Like, shout out to you know what I do. Shout out to anybody that freaking wants to chase their dream, bro. Like, don't stop that shit. Don't let no girl that you never hit.
Yeah. No girl.
No, I'm just talking shit. No, don't let nobody stop you there. I mean, that shit sounds cliche as fuck, but that's just the truth, bro. Because like, there's days that you don't want to do shit. And I've been there, so it's like, just fucking push through that shit, and fucking just keep it.
I agree. for the most part. No, it's like,
And if you
it,
do,
has to be a bitch you really care about if you're gonna stop your dreams.
Yeah,
man.
if you're gonna stop your dreams over a chick, at least you better marry that chick.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
oh yeah, you better get married, motherfucker. It better not be some short term shit. Don't go to Egypt or something, meet a girl, and then end your career that day. You better.
You went to Egypt?
Nah, fuck, nah. Man, I was at my crib.
Hey, let me find out you went to Egypt for this girl, bro. Let me find out.
I was everywhere, man. I was making new accounts, trying to find her on Facebook.
Oh my god!
I was like, what? Did she break up? When she broke up with her first boyfriend, I went crazy. Oh, what type of time? All that shit. And then, yeah, I agree with Diego. Don't let anybody stop your dreams. And it was a pleasure, bro. It was really fun having you on, man.
It was dope, bro.
Obviously, I want to do this again with you, bro. You're one of the people that sounds like we had the same type of timeline as far as loving making movies, like wanting to make movies. And me and you are going to make movies. I already know. I'm going to be making movies one day. You're going to be making movies one
In a
day.
show called L Stands for Love.
Yeah, the show.
We're gonna find Kidell a girlfriend.
I already know, bitch. I already know, man. I'm trying to make the next fucking, like I said, next Fight Club or something like that.
Oh man, that'd be crazy.
Yeah,
You know,
it would actually.
there's a Fight Club 2. It's a book though.
Oh yeah, I did know that.
Yeah, the first one was a book too.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And James Cameron's restarting the Terminator series.
I hope not.
So why? James Cameron's heat.
Terminator movies just stopped being made.
No, James Cameron was the one who made Terminator 2, which was I think.
Yeah, I know, but he was behind Dark Fate.
Yeah, he's
What's
not.
that? Oh, the newest one.
Yo, Alex.
Ah, shit.
He didn't direct it. He was
didn't direct
producing it.
He didn't
He was
direct it. Yeah,
producing
you're
it.
right. He's not directing.
But the guy that look, I don't know if you probably edit this shit out, but the guy that produced it. I mean, the guy that I'm sorry, James Cameron produced it. But that's still a significant role in the movie business as a producer because you're kind of in charge of like what especially like him being him. Like the director talked about he would never want to work with James Cameron again because it was so many clashes of ideas. So I'm like, what was James' idea and what was yours and what didn't make it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to figure it out because when I seen this movie, I'm like, this is just like every Terminator movie in one, and it's like the stuff that did work, it was like. Didn't work for this movie and shit. And the stuff that didn't work for other movies, they put it in this too. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like they literally.
Well, I'm lucky. I
feel like James could recreate the magic of Terminator 2.
It has to have Arnold Schwarzenegger.
He's already old though.
No, but he did it. Listen. I think he'll figure it out. With
Bro, the way they did this shit was stupid though. I'm sorry, bro.
Hey, listen, you're good. All right. Listen, if they figured it out with fucking like The Irishman with fucking Pacino and De Niro and all that shit, and it was still a great movie, which a lot of people were talking shit.
Are you
But
trying to compare Al Pacino and De Niro to fucking Schwarzenegger?
no, hey, listen.
trying to say
Hey, I
how
don't
they
give a
made him
fuck.
look
Arnold
younger.
Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Listen, man. James Cameron can make it happen, but I will say that. As far as the magic's concerned and all that, who knows what the fuck makes the magic happen? I keep like Everett was telling me like how all these movies go to Japan and China and shit, so they have to they can't really make movies how they used to because it's like they got to be sent to other countries to make their money back and all that shit. So they kind of
yeah, because like the box. Okay, so the way to like I used to watch the box office every week. I would go on boxofficemojo.com and literally like, what did this money? They get more expensive. You know what I'm saying? So like if a movie like Terminator Dark Fate, it costs $175 million. So plus marketing, so that's another $100 million. Let's just say that's $300 million, right?
Yeah.
For argument's sake, they had to make $600 million
to get them
to break even, bro.
Yeah, no.
So in order for a big blockbuster movie, they literally had to hit almost $1 billion to make profit off that shit. Because the movie industry, like the studios and shit, they take about 60%. So let's just like half, give or take. So the rest of the shit goes to like the industry, like fucking box office and shit. But like literally they had to make these movies if they cost that much, they had to hit like double what it is to make.
The reason it sucks is because they have to fit the gel of the other countries and shit. The only person that I still like Christopher Nolan's. Obviously, I actually heard Tenet wasn't that good, but I didn't watch it.
Tenet was good. No, Tenet was good. I think it's one of those movies you have to watch a lot of times though.
I'm not trying. Well, you know what? I watched
was good,
Inception
though.
3 times to like it, so that's a good point.
I like Inception the first time for sure.
Me too.
I didn't understand it, but
Oh, you're definitely not gonna understand Tenet then.
yeah, I'm watching.
Tenet
it
is even worse.
Like, I wasn't even gonna watch it until you said that though. So you said to watch
Tenet
it.
is. The problem with Tenet is like a lot of the sound mixing is hard to follow, so I watch it with subtitles.
Also, Christopher Nolan had that war movie. I didn't like that either.
Dunkirk. He likes to do shit with time. That's
Dunkirk was the one with the constant follow shot, basically, right?
no, Dunkirk. It was literally it took place with like so the way he did it was it took place within like 2 hours or some shit in the in a movie timeline, but he told perspectives from each person within that what was happening within that time frame.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, and they would intertwine here and there, But like,
I'm
well,
dumb
Tenet,
as fuck. I thought that bitch was linear for sure. I didn't realize that.
No,
That was the same time, but just different people's instances. That's why I was so confused the whole time. I was like, wait, wasn't that person doing that? And then all of a sudden, like, it was all.
the same thing with Tenet, because Tenet has like it's kind of about time travel, but not really. It's it's weird, bro. But when I saw it, I had to explain it to my date. Like, yo, she's like, what's going on? I'm like, all right, this is what's going on. She's like, oh, that makes sense.
And I don't want to make fun of my ex, but you remember what's that movie where you can't make any noise or else the monsters come and kill you?
Oh, Quiet Place, yeah.
Bro, after we finished watching The Quiet Place, she's like, she basically was like to me, she's like, I don't understand why like they pick and choose when they want to attack. I was like, bro.
Hey, man, look, we need to start. We need to do the show for L stands for love, bro. We need to find you a smart girl.
Tell me you're
smart, beautiful girl, bro. Because the girls should be picking her.
No, I love her. No, I still love my ex. But as far as like friendship and all that, like, but yeah, that was one of those moments. But what's the most underrated movies for you right now?
Underrated movie?
Yeah. Because I got some with that Brad Pitt movie where he's a boxer.
Snatch.
Bro, what the fuck?
Bro, nobody has seen. Bro, I'm like, you never see Snatch? Like, well, I never. Bro, Snatch is the
and
shit.
Two Lock, Stock, and Smoking Barrels, and Looper. And,
Looper's the shit too.
Oh yeah,
man.
and that movie where what's his name's a fucking news camera guy. Nightcrawler.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody talks about those fucking movies, man.
Nightcrawler's a shit, bro. Yeah, because people watch big blockbuster comic book movies. They don't watch that shit. They don't watch that shit.
What's your list right now for underrated? Like, what's the ones that you know?
That's a good list. Nightcrawler for sure. I fuck with Jake Gyllenhaal as an actor. I thought he was supposed to be the new Batman. And then he turned it down to be fucking Mysterio and fucking Spider-Man. Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Jake, look, man. I love you as an actor, bro. You're fucking very versatile. But Robert Pattinson's very versatile too. But underrated? Damn, dude. I'm trying to think right now. I would say, people that there's some people that never seen Sicario, and
I haven't seen Sicario.
Bro, Sicario is so fucking good, bro. Like that. Yeah, but the first one, the second one is okay. It was good, but it wasn't like it's like the level of, like, yeah. Oh my god.
You guys see that the Place Beyond the Pines?
Oh yeah, I seen it. I didn't like it that much.
Oh,
it was good, but it was like the first half of it was good, and the second half kind of lost me.
I don't watch movies with female lead actresses at all. But that one space movie was really I'm just like that. I don't give a fuck. But there's this movie called The Three Billboards in Arizona or some shit.
Oh, yeah.
With Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit.
I think I have that movie too.
I saw some shit on it, but I was like, man, that kind of seems weak.
No, it was great. It was really, really great. And then all those fucking Jeffrey Bridges movies, man. He had Hell Over High Water. He had fucking that movie where he's... What's the movie with Matt Damon? What's the movie with Matt Damon makes like a random ass appearance in it where they're the cowboys and shit?
True Grit,
yeah. Bro. Oh my! Have you seen? You didn't like True Grit?
Yeah, I like True Grit. Yeah. It is original. It's a remake.
That money Jeffrey Bridges killed him in that movie for sure. No way, man. Jeffrey Bridges. I would never want to watch.
It's different though. Like it's just because it's older. I mean, it's newer. You know what I'm saying? Like if you like the westerns back then, you'll probably like True Grit.
I've seen the original one. I think it was pretty good amount.
I'm trying to think what's an underrated movie that I just seen recently. Damn, dude, you put me on the spot. I'm trying to think. Parasite.
Parasite's fucking incredible,
bro. Yeah, but a lot of people have never seen it because you got to read subtitles. Yeah,
exactly,
motherfuckers like I gotta read, bro. Like I don't give a fuck. I had a big ass argument with my old roommates in the year. Like, how can you watch the movie and then read the subtitles? You know
that one why?
And I'm like, bro, it's easy. Like it's like I'm watching, it's right there. Like the subtitles aren't anywhere. Like no, you're not retaining that information. I'm like, bro, yes you are. Like
I had to get used to it too. Parasite was a movie. My brother's so into like anime and the Japanese culture and everything. I literally paused it. I haven't watched a movie with my brother in years. I paused it while I was watching it. And I was like, I gotta watch this with my brother. Like, I don't know why. I was like, I have to watch this with my brother. We were just like, what's happening? And I think he did another good movie after that too.
No, that was his recent movie, but he did this movie called The Host. He did
The Host, yeah.
You ever seen I Saw the Devil? He didn't do that movie, but like that's another like South Korean film. Bro, that movie's like you have to see that shit because the plot is about this guy that murders this cop's girl, like on some coincidence shit, not because he hates him, just like coincidentally she ran into the wrong place, wrong time. She gets murdered, and he he goes on this like he's like a good straightforward cop, but he goes on his revenge to literally torture this killer throughout the whole movie. To the point where he's becoming like, what the fuck am I doing? You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like it starts to paint, like it starts like the repercussions for the movie, for him in the movie start becoming like too much. Like, yo, what the fuck am I really doing? You know
pretty
what I'm
much.
saying?
You ever see Law-Abiding Citizen?
Yeah, of course.
yeah,
Hell
yeah.
yeah. That movie's signed by Gerard Butler. I got it signed. He did a movie in Here Come Machine Gun Preacher, and it was filmed like close. Yeah, and I went on set and he signed it. And then I met the director, who was completely fucking.
Wait, you actually
asshole.
you met the motherfucker?
Who, Gerard Butler?
Yeah.
He was super cool.
But how?
They were filming at this like bar in like Melvindale, which is like not that far from Southwest Detroit. So me and my ex, we drove there, which is fucking, it was like a 10-minute drive.
Yeah.
And they were just there, and he came out to greet everybody, said what up. And I had the movie with me, and I was like, yo, you might sign it? He said, hell yeah. He signed
That's
it.
crazy.
And then I went off because all the women were like, oh my God. There was mad women there. They were like, oh, he was like, yeah, what up, blah, 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 talking to us. So I like walked off, and I was like walking on the set and shit. Yeah. And then I had that, and I knew the director did one of the 007 movies. So I ran into him, and I was like, yo, I asked him if he was Mark Forrester. He's like, no, he was a complete dick, bro. He's like, no. He's like, no, I'm Gerard Butler. And he starts laughing. I'm like, this guy. I was like, look, I just want you to sign this for me. He's like, all right. He signed it, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I know he was a director because he was sitting behind the monitor. I'm like, and you're bald, dude. Like, I know what you look like. But he was a complete dick. I'm like, bro, what a fucking douchebag, bro. I was like, he actually directed World War Z.
World War Z is fucking great with Brad Pitt.
That movie.
And Collateral is a great fucking movie too. That's my favorite Tom Cruise movie ever is Collateral.
Well, yeah, I Saw the Devil. You should definitely check that out, bro. I like a lot of foreign films too, bro.
I watched all the Ip Man series. That was the first series where I watched. You ever watch Ip Man?
Hitman.
No, Ip Man.
Oh, Ip Man. Oh, yeah.
IP Man. I think his name's
property
Ip,
man.
I think it's it. I don't think it's
Ip.
It's Ip Man. That's Bruce Lee. Yeah, Bruce Lee's like trainer, or his mentor.
Like, yeah.
Their new one sucked ass. I could not.
Did they replace the character? They replaced the actor or some shit?
Ip Man 4. Did they?
There's another one.
The newest Ip Man is terrible.
There's another movie. It's about Ip Man.
Yeah. They used the character that was originally in the original Ip Man. He was in Ip Man 3, I think, and they made it. I tried to watch that. I couldn't get it.
I wasn't really into it. I was watching about that.
Yeah, I couldn't get into it. Man, Ip Man, there has to be focused on him the whole time. But the fourth one with Bruce Lee in it was fucking, I could not get through it. I don't know why. I was just like, this feels so, like you guys just destroyed the whole legacy of this whole franchise. But,
bro, yeah, I'm trying to think like underrated movies still. Like, I'm like, damn. There's a lot of movies I've seen that
all Woody Harrelson movies are underrated. Kingpin.
I watch a lot of horror films like that people don't like, but I'm like, man, this is one of the best shits.
What's your favorite horror movie?
My favorite horror movie?
I already know you're going to answer that.
Oh, man, my favorite horror movie? Oh, man. Question. I like movie. Man, answering that question is always hard. But I would say the original Halloween is probably one of my favorite horror films. I don't know if this is classified as horror, but The Thing.
Never watched it.
I'd say
Yeah,
horror thriller.
Yeah, horror. Yeah, sci-fi horror. Yeah.
I like the Scream series a lot. I know it's not real horror, but
Wait, you've never seen The Thing?
nah.
Watch that fucking movie. That is
Watch the
seriously-
1980s version, not the
80s version,
fucking.
the original one is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
John Carpenter directed that shit.
He did the Mike Myers series, right?
He just did the first Halloween.
Oh, he did the first Halloween.
Well, and
yeah.
the second
Until
one,
they
but
sold
like-
that
The
shit.
Thing is next level. You will be, by the end of it, you will be.
Yeah, it's
so
one of the best
fucked up.
movies, bro.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay, I'll check that out.
You ever seen City of God?
No, I keep seeing that too. I keep seeing City of God. I keep seeing.
One, bro. I'm not like top 10 movies.
And that movie's not in English, right?
No, it's in like Portuguese.
Yeah, I seen that on Netflix.
That's
I
one
never
of the top
watched
10
it.
movies I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, City of God is something I'm definitely gonna check out because I kept seeing it, but I was like, I don't know, I didn't want to watch it because it was in different language. I gotta get the fuck
I have
off
the
that
DVD,
boat.
but I can't find the Blu-ray, and I'm pissed because I've been looking for the Blu-ray.
It's like
Make another,
$14.
show called
I can't find it, though.
Movie night, and it's just you just watching videos.
Bro, I'm telling you.
you wanna know
You
the
ever seen
funny-
Mystery Science Theater?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's hard.
When was that made?
It's
never
no,
seen Mystery Science
it's a show, bro. It's a show with
Oh,
these
it's a
guys.
TV?
They will literally watch movies and comment on the movie.
Like
No.
the worst movie
You know,
Yeah.
hey, listen, when you go home,
funny.
both of you, when you go home, because I know you guys don't know who this is. Do you know who Ralph the Movie Maker is?
Ralph the Movie Maker.
Bro, he literally watches movies. He does what I do. He tears them the fuck up.
Yeah, Mystery Science Theater, bro.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what they
bro,
do,
but
Mystery
this
Science.
guy is next level. I'll watch that shit. But y'all, when you go, Ralph the Movie Maker, what, bro?
On YouTube.
Bro. I'm telling you, this kid is he's a kid. He's fucking hysterical. But
No, you should do movie reviews too on like random ass
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna start. You know what? These hood movies that are coming out. I've been 3 hoodie movies
Don't
now.
do that, bro. They're gonna fucking.
I'm in them. I'm in them, bro. You know how many movies I've been in already? They keep telling me to pull up and shit. I'm like, all right. I have like 8 scenes you guys are gonna see of me in a movie. I got me in a prison cell. I got me with some girl. I got all these movie scenes that are about
Damn,
to.
it is a movie.
Huh?
It was you with girls?
Yeah. Oh, bitch, fuck you, man. Anyway, man, I know we're about to wrap up on time, but damn, bro, I definitely want to see you back here again. This shit was fun.
No, hell yeah, it was fun as hell.
fuck.
I want to go back on the review shit too, but like in person. I feel
Yes,
like
we're definitely, now that we have this spot, it's gonna be in person. Even I was gonna do it this Wednesday, but we're probably gonna do it next Wednesday. But the Wednesday after next Wednesday, hop on.
yeah, hell yeah, I'm down for that shit.
It should be fun.
I'll be more critical because I took it easy on y'all last time.
Well, you weren't in person, so it was like
Yeah.
harder and the shit like that. You feel me?
I'll definitely I was like, man, I wanted to say more, so I was like, nah, next time for sure.
Directed by Diego on Instagram. We got Nick behind the mic, Vantage_photo. You already know what the fuck it is, my boy. Fuck is you talking about? We'll hit you guys up next Monday. Every Monday we're doing these bitches. Folks, you talking about, your boys out.